Jolly. Jolly, is it in yet? Jolly, I can't feel it. Is it in yet? Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Jolly went to sleep on us. Jolly duked out. What's up, Duke? How you doing, man?
Yo, man, doing good.
Awesome. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to hear you.
Yeah, man.
Right on. We got a Angry Platypus, as always. How you doing?
Idaho.
And this is the Pen15 chat featuring E Honda. I don't know. I figured I'd change up the name for a night and see how it goes. Sometimes, like, you're like, oh, it's just another gay frog chat, or oh, it's just another late night with E Honda. I can't differentiate one from another. But, you know, maybe if I start naming them weird things like the Pen15 chat featuring E Honda, you'll be like, hey, remember that Pen15 chat when they were talking about X, Y, and Z? And then you can reference it versus it's like, oh, this is late night with Honda number 70 or whatever the fuck it is. Pen15 scars. 1 looks like an I. 5 looks like an S. Do I have to spell it? Apparently I have to spell it. It's the penis chat, okay? Jesus.
The Panoose chat.
It's like the ID10 Tango form.
The what?
ID10 Tango form. If you write it out, it spells idiot. But you tell the new guy to go get the ID10 Tango form from your boss. It spells idiot, so it's super funny. The joke you could play a new guy. Same thing of like telling the new guy to do an exhaust check on a Humvee. And you make him take a garbage bag, and collect the exhaust from a Humvee. And you make him hold it over his head and shake it.
Horrible. But also really good fun.
Do we? Okay, so if you get like a dumb hostess, this wasn't at my current work, but at Chili's back in the day. Actually, dude, check this out. Ironically, the irony. Look at this. Chili's shirt from when I worked there. Anyway, fucking
nice.
We used to send the dumb new hostess chick, if she was dumb enough, across the street to the Bennigan's or whatever to pick up some ice mix because our machine is out of ice mix.
Oh my gosh.
And multiple times they would go across the street and be like, do you guys have some like ice mix that they can borrow? The manager sent me across the street from Chili's to get some from you. And they would just be like, you poor girl. Tell them that they're assholes. So what's up? I don't really have any plans for where a conversation's going to go tonight. I got, maybe pull out some Twitter in the back pocket kind of thing.
I got 2 things for you.
Okay.
And you can tell me if you don't want to talk about them. Helen Keller being deaf and blind was all false. And it was because she was a huge proponent she pushed socialism and a bunch of other crazy stuff. And the theory is that she was never blind and deaf because there's recordings of her voice and she has a British accent. So if you're deaf and blind, how do you have a British accent?
Did she go deaf or was she born deaf? She was born deaf. Yeah, if you're born deaf, you ain't got no British accent.
Yeah, if you ever like pull up her voice, her speech, she gives a speech and it's in a British accent, and it's like, no, you would never have it. You would never have an accent because you don't know what they sound like. So, and apparently, all the proof that she was not blind and deaf was in the trade centers and went down during 9/11. So,
I mean,
I had never heard that theory before.
I always thought that she.
Wait, say that that kind of took a fucking curveball at the end there. What was that last part? Like you had me until then.
There was an investigation,
mm-hmm.
and the evidence was in 9/11 was in the Twin Towers. No joke, homie. That's what I heard.
All right, I am dubious on this now.
Okay, so the second one is okay. You okay? Do you know what the anthrax shot is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, So that was a huge problem in the military in like the 90s during the first Gulf War, like 1990s, whatever, early 90s.
Was Gulf War syndrome was caused by the anthrax shot?
Well, correct. And where was all of that information being stored for the big investigation, trial, and lawsuit? You know where all that information was being stored in?
Actually, now that you mention it, when you're talking about like, hey, there's something that the government wants to sweep under the rug, and it's around or before 2001, that's actually believable, believe it or not.
Yeah. So where did all the information for the Gulf War syndrome, where was it all being stored? I'll give you a hint. Oklahoma.
Oh, really?
Yes. So there's that, and everyone involved in that there's a bunch of shady stuff as well. So
it's funny how like an investigation can be going on, and they're like, well, the building got bombed that the investigation was going on in. Did you just rip ass?
Sound like it.
No.
Jesus Christ. You either did that or you were unzipping something very slowly with one of those big zippers, you know? It was one of the two. I'm not sure which. Dude, you made me forget what I was saying. Son of a bitch. The fart heard round the world.
You gotta play that clip of that kid on the bus.
Yeah. No, someone clip that. Someone clip that shit. Well, what I was gonna say is like, let's not forget Donald Rumsfeld announced the day before 9/11 that there was like basically the equivalent of the national debt in missing money from the Pentagon, and that there was an investigation going on, and the information on that investigation was being held in the Pentagon in the very place that the plane hit, and in Building 7 in New York. And that investigation, because those two buildings went down or whatever, there was no investigation after that. It kind of went to the wayside. No one really remembered it afterwards because it's like, oh my God, $7 trillion. Oh my God, New York City and the Pentagon and like terrorism. So it kind of like stole the headlines for a while. You know what I mean? Jolly, are you here now?
Jolly?
Possibly.
You're possibly here.
There he is.
Yet to be determined.
TBD.
I don't have that.
You don't have tuberculosis D?
No. I don't swing that way.
I always thought tuberculosis was one word. Is it tubercia or tu and then tuberculosis?
You mean it's not one word?
But why do they call it TB?
I think it's just the medical abbreviation for it.
Mm-hmm.
Duke, why do you guys do dumb shit like that in the medical industry? You got like weird abbreviations and shit.
Oh,
I
that's all.
assume it was your decision.
Because doctors are lazy.
That's exactly what it is. I tell my wife all that. I tell my wife that all the time. I'm like, listen, I work with doctors every day. Does not help my argument.
Have you...
There's a reason why their signature is just like a fucking symbol, like Prince.
Yeah. I'm like, listen. Every day I work side by side with doctors and physicians, brain surgeons. Okay, who do you think's right in this scenario? And she'd be like, listen, light bulbs cannot be used.
Patrick Pew says, Honda 420. Do you think something will possibly happen in the next week or the anniversary of 9/11? I'm assuming. That's a good question. Do you guys think there's some kind of crazy terrorist plot to fucking destroy shit in a week from now?
I'm telling you.
From today.
I think that there's a very good possibility something happens. I don't know how large it'll be, but I would not be, especially with what has happened the last month or so. I think a lot of terrorist organizations are more emboldened now because they've seen how weak we are.
And have been force.
Yeah. And, well, not even that same group, but like I'm not saying full tilt something is going to happen, but I would not be surprised if something happened. Whereas if you were to say this any other year, I'd be like, nah, nothing's gonna fucking happen.
Yeah.
Okay, Digozinia, you got a really good point. He goes, tuberculosis equals TB. Identification equals ID. Okay, fine. You know what? You're right. I don't know. Do you ever watch like those fucking like watching TV or just watching normal, which I haven't watched in a long time, but occasionally you'll catch TV on something or wherever you are, there's a TV on. And they've got like the AstraZeneca side effects for the drug that they don't tell you what it's for, but you're supposed to ask your doctor about it just in case.
Yep.
Like, what the fuck is that? Who are you advertising to? You're advertising to someone to go to a doctor and ask them to give you a prescription for an ailment that you're not sure what it is, based upon a fucking weird fucking 1 minute video that doesn't actually show anyone suffering from anything?
It's the freaking like depression ads that always get me, because it's just like, what are you trying to describe that this person has?
And then they get to the end part, and then it's like, may give you anal leakage, fucking diarrhea.
Your
like,
left arm may fall off. Your right leg may
Sure,
turn into
sure.
a werewolf. Who knows?
you're gonna have to howl fucking N-words at the moon. Like, I don't know what I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? Like, maybe whatever it is, like I've got like like restless leg syndrome. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, you can't lay in bed without your leg going like. You see the screen? Yeah. I mean, compared to the fucking side effects list, I'd rather my legs shake a little bit.
I feel like with the whole yelling the N-word at the moon, it's like that Thanos meme, like, what I have to do, I'm going to enjoy it. That's Honda.
It's just like, I take no pleasure in what I have to do, but what is the line?
It's something like, I usually take no pleasure in what I have to do.
But this brings a smile to my face.
Yeah, this brings a smile. So that's Honda when he's about changing to E-Ronda.
Mark Anthony says, conspiracy theory. Biden pulled out of Afghanistan so quickly and poorly because he wanted to get our experienced troops home for the upcoming inflation, stagflation, and shortages. I mean, the thing is, you can't just deploy troops.
There, though.
You can't just deploy U.S. troops on U.S. soil. I mean, you can deploy the National Guard, or you can, like, deputize some dudes and make them police officers or whatever, but you can't just be like, you know, like fourth
Marines. Yeah.
Here's the thing with that, though. Like, again, you know, we had 2,500 troops there. We pulled them out, and then we had to send 5,000 back, and then we pulled them out. But like, still, even that initial 2,500 troops isn't going to make that much of a difference in the large scale of the U.S. military. 2,500 troops is not that big.
And also, it's 2,500. Wasn't it mostly Marines they had to pull back?
I think so. And like, we have more troops stationed. I mean, if you look at all the bases across the world that we have, like, we have much more.
We have more
troops
stationed in like Guam and like freaking the Philippines.
In the Philippines, Japan, like, it'd be more sensible if that was going to happen. Pull the troops out of those areas, you know? I don't know.
I should have called this chat I Got Wood. If I could hold the camera straight, that would help.
And also, they've done polls and studies, and Marines are the group of people who, if, you know, like, they were ordered to go into martial effect, they, like, a lot of them wouldn't go along with it and would either, you know, sit in their barracks and not do anything, or actually, you know, mutiny.
Yeah.
And like, Marines are kind of the last ones you want to bring back if that's the case.
I don't think that's the reasoning behind it. I wouldn't be surprised if there is some reasoning for bringing the troops back. I just don't think that's it.
Yeah.
I honestly think, when I think about it, I'm still on solo screen. When I think about it, the reason why they would have pulled out so poorly and left so much equipment there in Afghanistan was possibly so that they would have targets in the future, right? Because, like, we can drone strike all day, and, like, a Humvee makes a nice drone strike target, and a drone bomb costs money, and the military-industrial complex likes it when the military spends money. And, you know, like, obviously those are bad guys because they're running around with our equipment, right?
And you don't waste any U.S. lives, so you still look like heroes.
But then again, like, they're talking about legitimizing the fucking Taliban regime in Afghanistan while all this is going on. Like, are you kidding me, Biden? Like, that's the weakest fucking weak shit in the history of weakness.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't
know. Daniel says money on our troops will be in Taiwan in the next 3 years. And here's my thought on this.
Taiwan or West Taiwan?
Well, the whole thing with Afghanistan showed how weak of a position we have internationally right now, and how timid our military seems to be about engaging with anybody at this point. Possibly I'm wrong, but I feel like China's probably going to take advantage of that. And since they've got Taiwan outnumbered like 100-1 in population and like 50-1 in guns and fucking like military vehicles and stuff like that, Taiwan really doesn't stand a chance unless America is willing to stand up and say, fuck you, China, we're not letting you do this. And I don't see us doing that right now.
I don't know either.
No, yeah, right now that's not going to happen.
And here's the thing, I don't want to get it pulled into a war with China, but at the same time, us being weak is more likely to cause something because we're going to get looped into a war versus if we were stronger, China would not want to screw with us.
Well, does Taiwan, and I don't know the answer to this, does Taiwan have any other allies besides America? I'm sure they do.
Probably the UK, Japan.
Well, yeah, like most of the Western world, I think, would support Taiwan. But the problem is even you take the rest of, you know, Japan, South Korea. I'm trying to think of other areas in the region that would jump to their aid. Maybe Australia, the UK. Like, even all those forces combined isn't a drop in the hat to what we have there.
James Perlin says, I didn't think about it before, but connect the dots. No internet /forgivable loans from China. Hunter Biden business deals with China. China is going to have access to Afghan minerals.
Yeah.
See, I would think, though, honestly, if you were China, you would want America's troops there as a shield while you send in a couple of technical dudes to build some shit. Because otherwise, you got to send in troops to protect your dudes who are doing shit, you know? Or you're just like everyone hates America so much that when China comes in, no one's going to shoot at them. I don't know. Maybe that's true. Daniel says for $5, thank you. Historically, what pulls us out of world depression is we're going to Taiwan. That's a good point. Because we are headed for an economic world depression. Did you guys see the fucking business report or the jobs report that came out?
No.
They had projected 725,000 jobs, something like that, last month being created. The actual number was something like 225,000. So the projected number was 500,000 short of what it should be, right? While at the same time, we're letting people into the country like a sieve. Like millions and millions of people are coming into the country, both legally and illegally, from all kinds of sources, getting on the government dole. Like, the dollar is going to fucking crash hard. And I don't know when, but you should probably buy some stuff with your money that isn't money if you have money. Money. Taiwan has the support of Savage Sharpshooter 93 Productions, so they will have that going for them. It's true.
Well, I will say one thing. The UN does not back Taiwan, so they're kind of screwed. Like, they won't get any help from them, and if the UN won't back them, I don't see any of the European countries doing it. Like any of your Switzerland's, your, France's, things like that.
Dude, that's a scary situation because, like, it's like Germany and the Rhineland or whatever the fuck it was that they took over.
Yep.
And everyone was like, well, if we just give them that, then, they'll be appeased and they'll have enough. This is China being like, bitch, that's our island.
Yeah.
And the world's going, well, just give them that and they'll be appeased. Like, yeah, fucking right. How do the fucking Taiwanese feel about this shit? Guarantee you they're fucking gearing up for war. They're getting ready to be invaded. And China's running through game plans and fucking military exercises and like scenarios of how things will go depending on this or depending on that. And they're just waiting for the time when all the math adds up and, like the world is ready for it to happen and they're able to do it and the defense is down and they'll do it. They're going to fucking do it, dude.
Taiwan only has a military of 190,000.
Yeah, well, it's also a much smaller area than China, and they're not all conscripts.
Well, Taiwan's what, the size of California, maybe?
Maybe, yeah.
And they've got, I think it's like 100, or I don't know how many. It's like, they got a lot of fucking people in Taiwan, though, for how big of an island it is. I don't know if it's 100 million, but it's like 60 million or something. Hold on, let's look that up.
Yeah. China has active almost 2.2 million. However, how many of those people are really very malnourished poor people with SKSs?
I guess Taiwan only has 23.6 million people. I thought it was more.
China has 2.2 million, but then they're also known for just being like, hey, you farm boy, here is rifle, go fight. Like, and you don't have a choice. So they have a large backup, essentially conscript army.
Oh, yeah, it's all conscripts.
That they'll just force forward, where Taiwan, I mean, I feel like a lot of people, because people in Taiwan know what China is, so I feel a lot of them would probably want to fight, but at the same time, they just don't have the numbers game.
I doubt their Israel level of, like, military, how ingrained that is in their society, but they're probably like at least U.S. level.
Yeah, well, they're actually like, Taiwan, from what I've heard, is very well trained, like, because they got a lot of training from us, a lot of their equipment's from us, and like they have known for a long time, like, there's West Taiwan, right across the ocean there, and they're coming for us someday. So
West Taiwan.
This super chat, I don't know what to make of this. Can you guys help me? You don't have to worry about 9/11. They got 2 country for free and heaviest blue dress.
Well, we know about the blue dress. We saw the blue dress.
Night Strike. It's a God King reference. Got it.
The 2 countries for free. They got Afghanistan. Does he?
So maybe he's saying they got Afghanistan and Taiwan for free. And we don't have to worry about 9/11. Okay. Dude, I honestly don't. I'm sorry.
I think he's saying we don't have to worry about 9/11 because they just got that massive win. So maybe they're not going to pull anything right now. Not to say that they're quote unquote appeased, but it's like, they're going to wait and size up.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, I don't expect it to be. Again, like, I'm not expecting a large, like, I don't expect the Taliban.
Yeah, no, I expect a bunch of crazies
China
to do something stupid on 9/11.
I expect some dumb twat to fucking pull some shit.
Yeah, I expect some lone wolf people and, like, sadly, like, go and do a shooting or something.
Dick goes in, he says, when you get right down to it, the real question is, with China, when it comes to China, is who's going to stand up to the schoolyard bully? Anybody? Nobody?
I think the problem is, and I mean, give it your 2 cents, but no one wants a fight. Like, because, yes, they are a schoolyard bully. They are a big threat. But at the same time, like, everyone knows if you go into that fight, like, it's going to be a bad fight. And
the thing is, the difference between China and a schoolyard bully, right? Like, I've dealt with bullies when I was a kid, and once or twice, I punched one in the face as hard as I could. And you know what happens after that? They back down.
Yeah.
I don't see China backing down. That's not...
No, it's going to be a full-fledged fight. You're going to punch them in the face, and they're going to come swinging at you. And It's not going to stop till one of you is on the ground, unconscious and unable to move.
Right.
And also, this is the schoolyard bully whose dad is also the principal and will get you expelled.
And get away with it. China EST maybe means
estimated.
We'll have to land 3 million to take it.
Well, that's kind of their entire military, including their reserves. We just wait for them to take Taiwan, and then we swoop in.
Yeah, they go for Taiwan, we go for China. That's the whole plan.
We're using Taiwan as bait.
This is fucking Risk, dude. They're just playing Risk. Like they've been massing troops in China, and then they fucking went to Taiwan and took it over and ended turn, and like entrenched themselves in Taiwan. And then America came along and fucking swooped in and like never enough ammoed the map.
Here's even a better idea. You wait till they all land on Taiwan. You take all the refugees and stuff from Taiwan. We all go to China. And then as they get the last troop onto Taiwan, because they're all going to probably amass in one area, the island turns over and submerges it.
It submerges. We just have to cut the ropes on the way out.
Yep, you just got to cut the ropes on the other side and it'll fucking flip.
Well, they landed too many troops on one side of the island. It was really their mistake.
Exactly, yeah.
If they would land like equally on all sides of the island, then it would have been
weight
okay.
distribution.
Yeah. It's not total mass, it's just distribution.
Besides stocking up on precious metals, gold, silver, brass, lead, I like those last two, we should stock up on seeds and other such items. Dude, food is the big one that I've been working on lately. Like I bought some shelving because my pantry was full, but there was like this whole empty space in it. I just had a couple things like on the floor. But now that there's, like shelving in there, that thing is stuffed full. But my fridge is stuffed full. My freezer's stuffed full. My fucking like refrigerator freezer is like everything is as full as it can be. And I'm still like, what else can I buy and fit in here?
I'm starting to work towards the same thing because even though I'm going to be moving, within the next couple months, and I don't want to bring a ton of food with me, like every time I go to the grocery store, there's less and less shit on the shelves. And it's like at first it was very subtle, but now like I'm seeing it more and more where it's just like entire sections of the shelves just don't have fucking shit on them. And I don't know if it's like that where you guys are.
Well, the price of meat's definitely gone up. Like if you go, it used to be like you could get like ribeyes on sale, like a 3-pack for like $20 or something if it was on sale. Now if you want to get 3 ribeyes at the store, it's like $60, dude.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, the prices have gone up, and like, there's gaps that I've seen in the shelves, and they'll get filled eventually. But it used to be you'd go to the store, and there was never gaps there, except for maybe like after Thanksgiving or after 4th of July or something, right? But it's constant, like, oh, that gap's been in that shelving area for the past 2 weeks, and like, oh, it kind of got filled a little bit today, but by the end of the week, that gap's going to be back. Like.
Well, don't forget Kamala Harris, and I forget where she was talking about this. I need to look it up and actually watch the clip in full context. But she was saying something along the lines of Americans need to buy their Christmas presents now because by Christmas they won't be on the shelves. And that might be a reference to the dollar going crazy and people not being able to afford something. But I think more likely it's a supply chain problem. They have everything that they have on the shelves. Once it's off of the shelves, a lot of products they don't have backups for. So if it comes Christmas time and it's like, oh, everyone needs an Xbox, whatever thing, or, whatever it is, most people aren't going to get it unless they buy it early. I don't know. Maybe I'm being fucking G-Webs optimistic on that one.
I found the article. She was referencing the on-time delivery because of the pandemic.
Okay. Well, then I was G-Web's right. Doom Patrol says there are only a couple of beach the Chinese can land on the Taiwanese have permanently preparing their military, I can't fucking read, to stop the invasion at the beaches. It'll be D-Day on steroids with the CCP will suffer. Or they could just bomb the fuck out of them, dude. That's more likely what they're going to do, is because they're going to use, like, D-Day, they couldn't precision bomb. Like, if you have entrenched defensive positions on a beach, like, they're going to smart bomb every single one of them 5 times before they land a fucking single troop.
Okay, you want to know a cool story? I don't know how true this is, because I did see it on the Russian Badger. But, so you know how the Navy, before D-Day, like, for hours, bombarded the beach?
Yeah.
Well, because they were so far away, a lot of them missed.
Yeah.
One captain ordered part of his ship, like the left side, to be filled with water so it would like be off center so he could yeet it even farther and actually hit the target.
Huh.
No, that's a true story. I have actually read into that. Like, he did order part of the ship, because there's like compartments and stuff in a ship.
Yeah,
He
ordered like
basically
one side,
to lean the ship to one side so he could lob them even longer.
and he was one of the only ones to hit anything.
Yep.
You would think the gun could fucking traverse a little higher and get to, like, because, like, if 45 degrees is, like, that's the perfect angle for shooting as far as you possibly can. Like, the guns couldn't reach 45 degrees?
No, they could, but the problem is because they weren't all large-scale capital ships. Like, it was a lot of destroyers and cruisers and stuff like that, so they didn't have the guns that could shoot as far. And they were more worried because how defended the beaches were. They didn't know what type of naval guns that the beaches might have. They were worried about their own ships. So
yeah, they didn't want to drive up their battleships that had, their 105 millimeters and everything. So it's a bunch of, just like you said, destroyers and light cruisers with like 20, 30 millimeters.
Yeah, and they didn't want to get too close because you start losing those ships and it's a complete clusterfuck.
So think about, like, if you had D-Day today, right? And instead of troops landing on a beach where shells might have hit their mark or not, there was precision bombs placed on every entrenched position that you can see from a satellite. And then the only dudes that are left are, like, a couple of, like, little bunkers that they built out of sand real quick, Like, it'd be a completely different fucking situation.
Yeah. But then on the flip side of that, I mean, I assume Taiwan has missile defense systems for those things.
Oh, 100%. Like, they definitely have CWIS systems and everything like that.
Well, and as far as battle of attrition, it's who runs out of ammo for their defense or their offense first.
Yeah.
I guarantee you it's way more expensive for those defensive rockets than it is for the offensive ones,
Yes and no. Like, the defensive rockets, yes, but then you have systems like CWIS, which is just basically a minigun that just, it's what they use on ships nowadays.
It's just a minigun with a laser, basically.
Yeah, it fills the air with lead, so nothing can get through it without hitting lead. That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah. And
why can't I have that on my car? Like, there's someone who cut me off.
It's America.
Oh, they're out of the way now.
They're bye-bye.
It's a hulking shell of a 95 Maxima.
and with the thing with the precision bombing, well, that would have to involve planes being above it, and I'm pretty sure they have probably good SAM missiles.
They do, and they have. I mean, Taiwan has an air force.
Yeah,
it's not as large as China's, obviously, but they'd be able to do quite a bit of damage, at least off the bat.
It's not going to be easy. And then,
I still do not get me wrong. I don't think that China wouldn't be able to take Taiwan.
It would just be hard.
It's going to cost them a lot.
It's going to cost them a lot. And if we did back them, did back Taiwan, even if we just said, hey, here's a bunch of resources, but we're not sending any troops, I think they could do fairly well.
Brian Naus says, Costco prices for steaks are still good, but the cost of bacon in regular grocery stores is usually at least $5 a pound.
Yep.
Dude, I was at Costco, and I was like, hey, this is a good deal on bacon, and I bought 10 pounds. Because I'm a fat kid. Honda likes to eat food.
I've been debating, once I move, because I don't want to move with a bunch of fucking food. I already got enough shit to move with. I'm trying to logistically figure out. But once I move, I'm debating on just going in with, a buddy of mine and getting, a cow or, a pig or something like that. And just being like, hey, let's split it. We'll split down the middle, not metaphorically, but price-wise, and then just divvy up the meat between the two of us. Because
I was about to say, you just gonna pull King Solomon on him.
Dude, how much does a fucking a butchered cow cost?
Let's see.
What do you say, Google?
Like cheapest price, because there's got to be a way to do it like cheap, where they're just like, all right, here's the entire leg.
So unfortunately, my Google firstly corrected to cost of a butchered cop.
Oh no.
It's a sign of our times.
Okay. Oh, it costs $190 just to slaughter the animal.
Yeah, but I'm looking up prices right now.
And then it's about $1.25 per pound hanging weight.
So, which is usually, and hanging weight is usually 59 to 62% of the live weight. So half of a 1,200-pound cow would cost.
Price of a cow will vary depending on the exact weight of the animal, but our prices usually start from around $1,000.
But I mean, you're also getting, it's a 1,200-pound cow, so you're getting
at least 400 pounds of meat, bare minimum,
for $1,000.
Yeah.
So that's
$250 a pound.
Yeah, $250 a pound, somewhere in there.
I could do that. Fuck it, dude. To buy another freezer. I don't know where I'm gonna put it. There's no
That's
more
the thing.
room.
You'd have to have like an entire freezer for it.
There's no more room in this house for another freezer, honestly.
The other good thing though about with me moving back home is I have plenty of friends who hunt and constantly have extra deer meat every year that I could purchase off them.
See, that's what I was thinking, is getting a hunting license.
That you totally don't mooch off of, Angry?
Once I move back home, I'm debating on doing that as well, because it's a lot. You can hunt out here in Arizona, but it's kind of a pain in the ass, and you have to drive a distance to get to a good hunting spot. So,
well, that's the problem with Colorado, is there's all kinds of public land that you can hunt on, right? But I don't know what land is what and where to go and what time of year and which, I've never done it before. My family's a hunter. Like, I don't have
you're gonna get mountain man
who's gone hunting since I was a kid who shows me how. Sure, there's some online shit that you can find, but everything I find is just like generic shit that's not specific to my area. And if you find maps, it's like you gotta have a degree to fucking read it. Like, I don't know, dude. It's stupid. Like, I feel like people want to make it as hard as possible, though, because otherwise everyone would do it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those things. I think initially it's definitely going to be an investment, but in the long run it could pay off.
Savage says, this may sound extreme, but why don't we just blow Beijing all to hell? I mean, because that would be starting World War III.
Yeah.
I guess there's something to be said for a preemptive strike. Ask George Bush about that one.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Daniel says, Taiwan's plan is never let a ship land. Dude, I mean, honestly, that's going to be D-Day on steroids and meth. If that happens. And I have friends who live in Taiwan. I do. Believe it or not, I do. And it's a scary thing for them to be contemplating the possibility of. I don't know. It's a weird one. Dick Goes In You says, when you see those big guns on battleships, only about half the gun is sticking out of the turret. The other half is inside the turret. It's like a seesaw. Not a lot of room to elevate. Doom Patrol says, but would China want to incur the wrath of the world by disrupting the world microchip supply?
I mean, yes and no, because it disrupts the microchip supply, but when you then take the property that has those microchips and you can now control their distribution.
Yeah, if they could get it back up and running very quickly. Yeah.
I did miss a super. Sorry, HBO. Matt says the supply chain is still severely disrupted. Yeah, I think that's going back to the Kamala Harris statement, and I think that's what she was talking about. Is if there's something that you don't have that you want to get for your kid for Christmas, buy it now so you know that you have it, because otherwise it's a crapshoot.
I don't even know. Well, yeah, especially with kids these days. Like, I don't know what kids these days ask for. Like, I used to ask for like video games and shit, which those nowadays you don't even have to buy a physical copy of.
Right.
But like, if they want like a new PlayStation 5 or a new Xbox or so, yeah, like, might as well buy that now because you don't know if it's still going to be around.
Dude, my buddy just bought a PS5 for $800.
Yep, the chick I've been talking to, she's bought a PS5 and she spent a pretty penny on it, but she knew somebody that had a line on them, and she's like, I wanted one, so I'm going to buy it. I don't think she spent $800. I think she spent less than that, but still, like, it wasn't cheap. I think she spent $6 or $7.
I witnessed a CIWS demo when I served. They were referred to as a R2D2 with a dildo.
Yeah, Sea-Wiz.
What is the C? Is that the missile defense lead
No,
system?
that's the little minigun that shoots shit down.
Yeah, the missile defense lead system.
Yeah.
Lead defense. Dude, those are pretty cool, man. I seriously, like, how cool would it be to have one of those on your roof of your car?
What's depressing is they did have those in World War II, except for it was just some poor guy with an M2.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
You'd have to have a pretty hefty car
slower rate of fire.
Much slower.
Yeah, but the missiles back then were usually a Japanese guy in a Zero, so.
Yeah, the missiles were slower too. This is very true.
HBO Matt says the West Coast has 50 ships waiting to unload. There are no empty containers to send them back. Send back on them. Chicago has 1 month unload delay in the train yards. Jeez. Chicago's fault. It's always Chicago's fault.
Fucking Chicago. I'm gonna blame him seeing as he's not in here. It's all Leo's fault.
Fucking Leo. Did I send Leo a link? Fuck me.
Probably not.
Leo has a link now. Savage says, just go in the woods and find your own way, drive around, figure out where the deer and elk are, be quiet, be patient, and you'll get something. I mean, the thing is, there's this neighborhood that I grew up in that has as many deer as people, but you can't shoot anything there. That's why there's so many deer. So I guess I could go there, take the plates off my car, wear a mask, and, you know.
That's what I was going to say. You can't get caught shooting anything there.
Just drive quickly.
The secret ingredient is crime.
I've never fucking killed a deer and cleaned it. How gross is it cleaning a deer?
It's not that bad as long as you do it right. If you screw it up and you like pierce the gut, it's rough. Yeah.
I
also, don't.
I haven't gone hunting or cleaned an animal since I was like a little kid, and that was more just like hunting back then was just riding around with my dad on back roads, like, hey, if something comes out, we'll shoot it. Like, but I did help him clean animals when he would go proper hunting.
Back Alley says there's an app that helps find public hunting land. That would be helpful. Unscrupulous Rapscallion says check out the Department of Conservation website. In Missouri, our DOC publishes a monthly magazine. Their website also breaks down hunting by country. Dude, I've seen maps, but it's like, okay, here's the map, but how do I get there? And then you like look and like the roads aren't named and shit. I don't know, dude. It's weird. Like maybe I'm retarded. It's very possible that I'm just dumb.
Yeah, I mean, I'm leaning towards that, but no, it's one of those things. Each state's a little different, and you have to do a lot of research in reading into it. And most states also have a beginning hunting class that'll help you clean up a lot of questions you have and stuff like that. So
a lot of them make you take it to get your license.
I'm going to have to take one to get my license because again, I haven't been proper hunting since I was a little kid. So I'll have to get one. But
Savage says, I'll also say this again: hunt black bear, good amount of meat, hefty amount of fat on them that you can use for other shit. I almost killed a black bear one time. Here, let me show you the gun I almost killed a black bear with.
I will back Savage up on that because bear stew is delicious, and there is a lot of fat on them. You do get a lot of meat.
That is true. I personally don't like killing predators. I don't see a reason.
I mean,
so this is the gun that I had just bought and that I had a holster for, and I was checking out my new holster and outside having a tactical cigarette with this, my cell phone, and a flashlight were the only three things I had on me. I guess a lighter and a pack of cigarettes too. But I went outside, I lit up my cigarette. I saw some trash in the backyard, and so I turned on my flashlight, right? And I'm like, oh, geez. Oh, look at all, some dog got into the trash. And I panned over to the biggest dog I'd ever fucking seen, dude. And then the dog stood up and turned around and looked at me. And I was like, that's not a dog, that's a Sasquatch. Like, what the fuck is this? And then, like, you know, an instant later, I'm like, oh, it's a fucking black bear. And I'm like, oh, fuck, it's a black bear. So I drew my gun on him, right? I'm like, get the fuck out of here, bear! I'll fucking shoot you in the face, bear! Right? I was like yelling at him like that. And I guess the bear understood because he ran off.
At that moment, the bear no longer supported capitalism and was also a communist.
So then I was like, dude, it's like, you know, basically like the sun just went down. There's still some kids over there playing basketball in their driveway and shit. And there's like a black bear running around. So I got out the phone and I called 911. I'm like, yo, there's a black bear in our neighborhood running around. I'm at this street corner and this street corner. I can see him. And I've got my flashlight, got my gun holstered. I got my phone right here. And I'm like calling him and doing stuff. And then like the bear, like he sees me chasing him down, right? So like he's like hiding in a bush. And then I get a little bit too close to him and he fucking takes off running and I'm running after him, you know, like as fast as I can.
You are chasing a bear?
I'm chasing a bear. And so finally, after like, I don't know, 20 minutes, it felt like, the fucking cops finally catch up to me where I'm at. And guess what they were more worried about than a black bear? I'll give you one hint.
You running around with the gun? Yeah. Well, that's because you're trying to George Zimmerman that bear.
I mean, for real. Old Bear Von Martin there.
I was trying to get them there so they could get animal control so that they could capture the bear and put him back in the mountains where he belongs and not shoot him. I only had the gun on me just because I had it on me, but I suppose it was nice to have on me in case that bear decided to charge at me or something.
Well, with you chasing him, I don't know if I blame the bear.
I was trying to save the bear's life by shooting him.
9 times out of 10, they're more scared of you. Like, we used to... Back when I lived in Oregon, we lived in the middle of fucking nowhere, and we would constantly have bears and like mountain lions and shit on our back porch. And like we had a similar situation. We had what my dad thought was a dog getting into our garbage every night, and it came out to be a bear. And the one night he didn't go out with a gun, he rounded the corner. He's like, "Fucking dog!" And like there's this bear just stands up, and like my dad scared it more than. I mean, it probably scared my dad actually more, but the bear was scared enough that it just ran off. It could have easily taken my dad that time, but...
I remember, you ever seen this video? Someone who lives in, like, Arizona or, like, somewhere out there, and there's a mountain lion that would come in their yard, and they had a glass door, and the mountain lion was on their porch, and their house cat was having a stare down with it.
Oh, yeah. My cats will do that. So, again, living in Oregon... Our back porch, my mom used to have rabbits, pet rabbits, and they were in a big, huge cage, like boxed cage thing. But we had this one time we had this mountain lion that was coming up and it was harassing the rabbits, trying to figure out a way to get in there. And we had house cats, and the only reason my mom knew about it was because the house cats were sitting at the glass, like hissing stuff like that. My mom pulls the blinds back, like, "What are you hissing at?" And here's this big fucking mountain lion, like right at the glass, freaked my mom out. Fucking 10 o'clock at night, I hear her screaming. I'm like, what the fuck? But again, my dad like ran outside with a gun and didn't even shoot at it, just ran outside, and it scared the mountain lion enough that it ran off and never came back.
Dude, one time I was hanging out with my brother-in-law. We were having a couple of beers, and I went outside again to have a cigarette. Back when I smoked cigarettes, we went outside on the back patio and we're smoking, and we hear the sound of a snarling animal. It sounds like it's maybe 25 yards away, and it's in the dark, and it's like ominously snarling and like making noise, and you know, like it just sounds like it's like pissed, right? And so I'm like, all right, I got a shotgun downstairs, you know, you grab the fucking, you have a flashlight, cool, grab your flashlight and we'll go see what this is. So I go and grab my shotgun, he goes and grabs his flashlight. Except for his flashlight was like, you know those crank ones where you crank it and the fucking light goes? It was one of those. And the throw on this thing was like 6 inches, dude. Like you couldn't see shit. And so like I've got my shotgun and he's got the flashlight and he's cranking it as hard as he can to fucking see what's going on in the dark, and we're like creeping towards it a little bit closer and a little bit closer, and you just hear this like snarling evil fucking sound. And it got to a point where it was like so snarling and evil that I've like fucking chocked the shotgun to fucking make it like scared a little bit or make some noise or something. No response at all. Like just like what the fuck. And we get a little bit closer and we get a little bit closer. And then one of them, because there was multiple of these things in the dark, picked up its head, and you could see the silhouette of it against the house in the background with the light, right? It was a buck. Those deer had diarrhea. The sound of them pooping and farting. And I almost blasted one of them in the dark because we couldn't see it because of a fucking crank flashlight.
See, you could have gotten your first deer right there.
Many butchers will process a deer. We'll do the gutting if you get it to them quickly.
That's true.
How much do they charge? Like $200?
I don't know what the rates are. I don't think it's that. I mean, maybe that much, if that. Because I have a buddy that he goes hunting every year I'm home, gives me deer meat because that's what he does. He goes and he gets them and then chucks them in the back of his truck and books it down to him to get processed.
This is interesting. Guy in the comments says, so $2 trillion wasted in Afghanistan. That's around $6,000 per person. Could have got everybody a Barrett M82.
No, that's fair. So according to, like, I just pulled up my local butcher shop, $75 to $120 for a deer.
Oh, that's not bad. What about like an elk?
I don't know if they process elk.
Because that's like, honestly, if I'm gonna go hunting, I would try to get an elk. I would try to get an elk license and go find where the elk are and get an elk, because that's basically a horse, dude. Those things are giant.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, because they're bigger.
You then got to carry an elk out, though.
Yeah, usually closer to $300.
I think if you kill an elk by yourself, you pretty much got to like chop it up into pieces to get it out, because you're not getting it out in a hole.
No, well, like a lot of people I know, like my buddy, when he goes hunting, he has a like a sled that he basically brings with him that he can throw an animal onto and basically like call out.
God, I just found a great meme. It's freaking, you know, the Eric Andre meme where it's like the talk show and he like shoots the guy and but then he's like, "Why are you booing me?" It's freaking Peacemaker.
You know what I've always wanted to
Rick Flag. He's like, he was a hero.
You know what I've always wanted to make that I've never had in my entire life, but I guarantee every single person watching this and in this chat has seen, and also more than likely hasn't eaten or ever tried. Those little suckling pigs, like little tiny pigs, and you put the apple in its mouth and you bake it like a turkey.
I've never had,
I not the small pigs, they're larger pigs, but when I lived in Scranton, my neighbors like super Hispanic family, right? And they had a pit in their backyard, and a couple times a year they would get a whole pig and like the same thing, like apple in the mouth and everything, and they'd spit roast this thing. And their pit that they made, I don't even know what the fuck they made out of. Like it looked almost like huge beer kegs or something, like welded together. But the wheel to rotate it was a steering wheel from like a car. And they'd like the grandpa would sit there and he'd just steer this thing while it's over the open fire. And we'd all have cookouts, and there's a small fence between us, and we'd trade them beer, and they'd give us pig, and we'd give them hot dogs and burgers. It was a good time. Like, and then
I've been to a pig roast before. You know, like where like graduation or wedding or whatever that someone has, where there's like a Hawaiian style pig roast or whatever. You know, like I've been to those before, but I've never had the suckling pig. That's what they call it. It's a suckling pig. It's the size of a fucking big ass turkey. And you bake it in your oven because it fits.
Yeah, I've never had the tiny pigs like that. I've also never had the pig that's like they cook like in the ground, you know, with the leaves and shit like that.
Right,
like
I've had that one. It's not as good as you would think. There's a lot of dirt involved.
Yeah, that doesn't seem fun.
Yeah. So you gotta cut away a lot of fucking dirty pig meat before you get to any meat that you might want to eat. Yeah. And then the other part about it is, since it's like buried in the earth, like there's potentially spots that are really hot and spots that are just warm. So part of the pig might be a little undercooked and part of the pig might be burnt, at least from my experience. Maybe it's that they didn't know what they were doing, which is very possible too. You know, like they did it in Colorado, not Hawaii. Like, so.
And also probably in Hawaii, I imagine sand, probably that heat distribution is a little different than, you know, freaking dirt in Colorado.
Not sure about that one, but I do want a suckling pig. But I was looking it up, and they're like a turkey. If you buy a turkey, is like what, like $30, $40 for a big one, something like that.
Yeah,
a pig is like $150 for one of those little ones.
I'm good.
Yeah,
that's tough for that.
It's a lot to spend on a meal, you know.
Yeah,
and you gotta cook it yourself,
and you got you got to deal with this baby pig, you know? Sounds pretty fucking evil, really. Lead on Steel says, can you hunt bighorn sheep in your area too? Yes, you can, actually. I've only seen them a couple of times, though, to be honest, in Colorado. Like, I don't know where you would go to hunt them, is what I'm saying. But yeah, I mean, as far as all the wild game meat that I've tried before, elk is my favorite. Because elk tastes like fucking steak, dude. Like, honestly, like, there's not much gamey taste to it at all. Like, it's got a lot of meat on it. You can make burgers with it. They got a good amount of fat in certain areas. You know, they're pretty good.
My dad, the butcher, he gets his deer done as just whitetail, but for just to get burger done, $60.
Just turn it all into burger?
Yeah.
I'd like the back straps at least, you know, so you can have the tenderloins.
I think they do that too. They might bump it up to like 80.
So you can also probably do in Colorado, you can probably also do bison hunting, can't you?
There's not very many wild buffalo in Colorado. There's lots and lots of buffalo in captivity. There's like lots of people have like a big ass ranch in the mountains, you know, and they don't know what to do with it. But you can like basically fence some buffalo in and let them roam around, and every now and again kill one and sell the meat and make a decent amount of money off of it. So actually, Colorado has more buffalo than any other state in America living in it currently.
See, that would be cool to hunt. It'd be a pain in the ass. Like, you would have to have people help you haul that out, or like you're not loading that in the back of your SUV.
How much does a buffalo weigh?
I think they weigh like 2,000 pounds.
Yeah, dude. Like, seriously. Good luck. Why is everyone talking shit on Joe Rogan?
Well, I know he got COVID.
But now he's COVID negative because he was taking ivermectin.
Yeah.
Which I wanted to clear the air on that. as far as to say, like, everybody's saying, like, the FDA was saying, like, oh, don't take the horse medicine. Granted, they are blue balling, ivermectin, but also please don't go to your, local farm goods store and buy that ivermectin. Like, that strength and that dosage is all off for a human. Please don't do that. It is,
but if you read the package, it's like,
yeah,
this tube is good for an animal that weighs 1,200 pounds. Okay, I weigh like 200, let's say, so I take a sixth of the tube. We're good. Just do math.
Yeah,
good.
Math. But most people aren't gonna do math. They're gonna just go, "Oh, ivermectin."
Yeah, exactly.
Tastes like apples.
Oh, tastes like death.
I actually saw someone driving around today with a big ass fucking bumper sticker in their back window that says "Ivermectin kills COVID." I was like, that's funny.
Jesus.
Why are people so okay? Like, I get being political and I get expressing your political speech. But why are you so political on your car? I don't understand that. Like, you're not going to change anyone's mind with a bumper sticker as far as I'm concerned. And the only thing that's going to happen is you're going to make your car the target of vandalism by people who disagree with you.
Yep, 100%.
Ivermectin is dosed by the 100 pounds. See, there you go. Like, chick that I'm talking to, she went to Florida and her mom was all like fucking scared that she caught something while she was in Florida. So she like overnighted her a tube of ivermectin. So she took a dose when she got back just in case. Like, well, at least now you don't have worms. What's up, Liam?
Hey, what's going on?
How's it going, man?
Just finished 3 chimichangas. I'm kind of
Jesus
tired and full now.
Is that why you always have to take a shit at midnight?
Yeah, I just took a shit before I came on.
Oh, nice.
A big one too.
Why you guys hoarding all the fucking shipping containers?
What happened?
Chicago has all the shipping containers on a backlog, and the West Coast doesn't have enough shipping containers to like unload stuff and ship it out.
Oh, I did not know that.
It's Chicago's fault.
I needed to look that up. Maybe we can build houses out of it now that we got it.
You guys talk about Tiny getting shot by Antifa yet? Who's Tiny? I don't know. I haven't even looked at Twitter yet.
I don't even know who Tiny is.
I don't know who that is.
Oh no, Tiny got shot. Why do you only say half the thing?
No. Damn it, no, not Tiny. No.
Watch me like a 6'8" person.
Usually it is. Oh, did you guys see this shit? Just like walking through the basement because of all the water. Like, fuck.
Oh my god.
Clean this.
Angry. Did you see the video? It's the guy who has the gym in his basement. Oh dear.
Damn.
Shit.
And then if you listen to the audio, he's screaming now. He's like, "Mom! Mom!
Camilo!
Xbox!"
That's
you
crazy.
what, you wouldn't tell that he pissed his pants or his shorts.
Yeah, that's very true.
Hopefully he's heading towards the stairs over here.
I hope.
And the stairs aren't over here, you know?
But Angry, did you see the video? It's the guy who has a gym, like a home gym in his basement, and his basement flooded. He goes down there and starts doing sets, like, and swims to the freaking bench press.
Good for him. Good.
And the caption said, like, "Hurricanes are a choice. Get your gains." Is that the Yankee Marshal?
I don't know. This is what I see when someone tells me I'm doing XYZ wrong when I'm shooting in the comments. Like, what is he doing wrong?
I don't know.
Oh, he's shooting and then racking it.
Yeah, every time.
That's what he's doing.
Like it's a single shot. Yeah, y'all didn't pick up on that?
I thought he was having stovepipes or something.
Yeah, I thought he was too.
No, he's not. Maybe he shouldn't have a gun, you know what I mean?
Or at least someone should be like, hey, dude, that's what a semi-auto does, just so you know.
Just like, if you want to get like a single-action revolver, we can hook that up. Also, I think they misspelled pedophile. Pedophile. Either that or I'm illiterate.
Here's the Howard Springs COVID quarantine camp in Australia.
Yay.
Because this is what we want to build here, too, right? We need COVID quarantine camps.
It's like summer camp.
Where they can concentrate on getting over COVID.
To avoid all the death. Especially at these camps. Oh, geez.
Yeah, the bodies must be piled up at the camp.
Oh, man. People fighting on planes.
But, it's Australia, and, it's warm there, so they don't have to run the furnace. Like, why you gotta fight on a plane? You know what I mean?
I don't know, man. But if you fucking come at me when I'm cramped up like that, I'm biting for eyeballs. I don't give a fuck anymore. Like, I'm grabbing your head and bringing it towards me and fucking cannibalizing your face. Because I don't have a gun on me, and I'm gonna win. Oh, look at the healthy 16-year-old. She's not overweight at all. So they keep talking about COVID being like this like racist fucking disease because of how many people it kills of a certain ethnicity. Sorry, Leo. But I think it has more to do with obesity. Like, it kills fat people. It doesn't care if you're Asian, white, black, whatever. If you happen to be fat, you happen to have like more problems
higher
with
risk
it.
at it, yeah. Which
I
hate to say it, but I mean, being overweight and out of shape has a lot of underlying additional health effects, which COVID targets. Like, that's just how it is.
Well, then I don't know. I did like that. Island of Samoa should be devastated by it now.
Yeah, but when there's only like 15 people that live on the island.
Yeah, as long as like no one brought it there, they're good.
Okay. They said this video makes me feel 22% better.
Aww.
I mean, it's pretty funny. That dog is having.
That dog is having.
That dog is having a hoot.
That's great.
He's jumping around with its human.
Doing somersaults.
I love Rottweilers. Like, I don't know why. I think it's because I had one as like a little kid, so I have some like recessed memory.
My parents have one. We had one growing up, and yeah, it's great.
Can someone explain this sign to me? Because I don't understand.
No one does.
No one does.
No one does. At least the guy on the right, like his, there's a train of thought. This person, I'm like, you're just dumb.
Okay. Thank you for your glaring example of intelligence and well thought out argument. Terrorist with the 107 millimeter rockets he fired at the Kabul airport a few hours ago. Hopefully he's dead now. They're shooting rockets at the airport now?
It would seem so.
I mean, it should be vacant by now, the airport, right?
How many Americans are still in fucking Afghanistan?
Like,
did they get anybody out since they stopped getting people out?
I don't know.
Not that I know of, and I've heard like a variety of numbers, so like I can't pinpoint on it, but
okay, Samoan right-wing activist Testula Teosis, I don't know how to say that, was shot in Olympia, Washington. Antifa organized a direct action against a medical freedom protest at the state capitol. Video by Lee Quinn. Sucks, man. Where's the guy who shot him? They have him in custody. I got video of the guy shot on the ground.
Antifa probably hit him off into the crowd. Then got him away.
Jack Pozobic saying actual footage from a U.S. Marine in Kabul. Biden does not want anyone to see this. So we still have Marines at the airport in Kabul?
No,
this probably like
Older
probably a week
older
old.
video, yeah.
Right.
Well, fuck it. Let's watch this. It's like 7 minutes. Oh, well, look who decided to show his fucking face.
Fuck you. I've been sick.
Did you catch the COVID? Did you take some ivermectin?
Nah, I got like some stomach flu. Felt like
Oh,
shit
fuck.
yesterday and today.
Well, that explains why you were sleepy last night.
Yeah.
So I
So-
take it you didn't see the movie.
No, I did not. We're gonna see maybe tomorrow. We'll see. But yeah. Angry, I did want to ask you this. Would you ever give your ghost a hand job to help him move on?
Wait, what?
Wait. Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
Wait, what? No, this was not. Oh God, please don't.
No.
What? I thought for sure you would get that reference. You're the one that told me to watch the show.
Are you referring to the movie
okay.
Ghost?
I thought you were going off. Okay,
Oh, okay.
gotcha.
What the fuck are you talking about? I thought you were talking about fucking
Letterkenny.
Patrick Swayze or some shit.
No, Letterkenny.
Not
Oh,
Letterkenny.
I think
What?
me and Angry were on the same wavelength,
No,
and we
not
were very
Letterkenny.
concerned.
It's fucking What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh, that's like season 2 or
Yeah.
like early season 2, isn't it? Yes.
Yeah, it's like the third episode.
Yes. Yes.
That's what I've been doing since I've been fucking sitting here, not
Oh
doing
my
anything.
God.
Going anywhere, watching that
Are
show.
you enjoying it?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Very enjoyable.
Good.
So yeah, I just finished the whole Ghost episode. Bro.
I forgot.
Oh.
Okay, I fuck.
Oh,
Because it's been over a year since I watched season 2, so
Okay, we
I
got
should
a
have gone back and watched 1 and 2.
jihadist
before.
in New Zealand that went on a stabbing spree, injuring at least 6 people. As always, he was only stopped by a good guy with a gun who showed up. Too bad citizens can't carry guns there. It may have saved lives.
Oh my God, Jay. Oh, bro. Oh, no. Oh, bro, look what happened, bro.
What did New Zealand ever do to Israel?
And that's how that ended. Jesus.
Sounds like he got lit up.
Yep.
It sounds like the problem was solved.
I know it's so like, and again, thankfully I've never been in that situation, right? But I have to imagine if there's one guy going through a crowd of people stabbing them, like at some point, isn't the thought process like, well, fuck it, he's gonna eventually come to me. Might as well get like 3 or 4 people and jump this motherfucker. Like, or am I in the wrong mentality?
Well, no, the
there?
rule of thumb is you always rush the guy with the gun. You never rush a guy with a knife.
So Taliban's going after the Northern Alliance now, huh? Makes sense. They got the fucking
Yeah.
Americans out.
Yeah.
Gotta turn on the rest of them. Unify the country. Too bad the Northern Alliance was the ones who weren't fucking crazy. This just happened in Portland, Oregon. I'm a little shocked. 2 shots were fired before I started filming. I saw a 3rd gun victim fall and fled from the scene. Blah, blah, blah. Mass shooting. So we need the CDC involved, I'm assuming.
And Matt, to answer your question, the answer is no. I would not. But realized I didn't answer your question earlier. I forget. And that early in season 2, have they unfolded yet? Who? Oh shit.
Who Guillermo is? Or
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you find that out at the end of season 1 when he gets his
Shots fired.
what you call it, test back.
Heard about 6 shots fired. Looks like somebody might be shot.
I mean, if it's the ghost of Prince, then I might think about it.
Yeah, but that's a different ghost.
It's your
This is
ghost,
Your ghost.
which is very confusing. I'm not gonna
Wait,
lie.
my ghost?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing. See, because they're vampires, so technically they're dead,
Oh,
but they're still alive.
Okay.
So their ghosts were still out there, and they summon their ghosts to help their ghosts move on. So
I
they
don't
had
know
to,
if the
like,
math
find out.
on that works out, but
Well, because they don't have any souls anymore, because they're just vampires.
Yep.
So when they died, their souls went somewhere, and they became ghosts.
I mean,
All right. Trying to fart quietly on a roller coaster.
Wow.
Wow, worst timing ever.
Let's hear that one again.
I'm also going to point this out. Why is this man wearing flip-flops on a roller coaster?
That's a bold choice.
The best part was like, yo, someone fucking farted, and then it goes. Oh, the virus czar of Israel is already calling for a 4th vaccine dose. That's great.
Jesus.
So what you been up to all day, Matt? Besides being poopy.
Just watching the show, and that's it.
Being sick.
To be fair, I'm enjoying that show way too much.
Where are you at?
Season 4, season 5. I'm kind of losing track because on Amazon or on Netflix it's easy because every 3 episodes it reminds you, but like Hulu, I have no idea how often it reminds me. It's just like, oh, I've been watching this for 3 hours.
Yeah.
BLM activist charged with attempted murder for running over Trump supporters free on $1 million bail with help of Antifa legal group.
Oh no, they're organizing.
Dude, what kind of... I mean, I guess, like... I get, like, everyone needs legal defense, even if you're, like, wrong and stuff, and blah, 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 but wouldn't you feel kind of like a... I don't know, wrecking ball of society if you were a lawyer defending Antifa regularly in court?
I've known lawyers. I used to work for
they
them.
don't care.
They care about money.
Yeah.
I mean,
How many
occasionally
lawyers work for crime bosses? Like,
Yeah. I mean, occasionally there'll be a good one, but for the most part, they don't give a shit.
they got all that student debt to pay back.
I feel like I need to drink more. This is not nearly exciting enough.
Oh, Jesus.
Go get yourself a crisp, refreshing beverage then.
Yeah, I'm out of beer. I drank my last beer already.
Ooh.
Which means I got to switch to vodka. In which case, this chat's getting spicy quicker than something that gets spicy quickly. Fuck it, we're getting spicy.
$9.40 a shot. Actually, we'll just call it $9.50. Make it a little bit more easy.
No, $6.90.
No, we don't want him to die.
Okay, you want to get spicy? Let's get it spicy.
What
I'm
about
saying
$4?
$9.50.
What about $4.20?
No, because again, we don't want him to die yet.
Matt, does this give you wood? Look at all that wood.
Okay. I
Wish I could hold my camera. It's like fucking backwards. There we go. There's all the wood.
all your wood.
That's as hard as my wood gets.
Yep.
Now, if we get $420.69, Honda downs the entire bottle.
The fuck are we talking about here? Why are you selling? It's my body, my choice.
You have no choice.
Here, we'll bump it up to $4,200.69. That way somebody does it, because somebody out there, savage, calm down, will donate $400, and I know it. Some lunatic.
I mean, joke's on them, though, because here's how much is left in the bottle.
Bring it on.
$400, all right. Damn it.
You got me.
Shucks.
So what's going on in the chat? Twitter's not interesting me. It's just the regular murder, death, and mayhem of the world of normal and a bunch of nothing. See, like, look at this. There's nothing going on. Oh, here's protesters stormed a French mall. Without proof of vaccine, police were called to force retreat in face of massive crowd.
Good.
French losing again. What do you know?
Damn French.
They know how to retreat, don't they?
I love how it's like France during World War I. Absolute powerhouse. France ever since. Whoops.
I mean, it's about time they have another revolution.
They kind of do for whenever, about 150 years.
Bring out the guillotines.
Yeah.
It's funny how no one would care about French guns at all if it wasn't for Ian McCullen.
No one would know about French guns if it wasn't for Gun Jesus. And thus, I am glad that he is around, because I do find French guns cool, although very hard to get ammo for.
Those first two shelves look like they're going to give way at any time.
On your ammo? Yeah, on your...
There's a bit of a bend there. I'm probably going to pick up a metal shelf here in the next week or so. Replace that shit, because I don't know. I don't think I can put anything else on there, and it's definitely not level anymore. Like, it's not very sturdy either, especially for how much weight that thing's holding.
You hear about that Wii Spa stuff?
What, the guy got charged with shit?
Well, yeah. I mean, apparently, like, the people that came out and finally, because nobody even knew really what happened, and nobody had come forward with anything. Like, it was like a whole big thing, and nobody even knew if it was a hoax from a chick or if it really happened, and if it really happened, what exactly happened, and who the person was, and all this other shit. They're reporting that it's some dude named Darren Merger, and he's been convicted of sex crimes, and he's a sex offender, and they say his dick was hard when he was walking through the back room.
Yeah, he was walking around with a boner.
Yeah.
He's a fucking registered sex offender. And it was like California's weird. They've got like different levels of sex offenders. So if you're like a level 1, that means that like you can get it expunged eventually from your permanent record and not have to like do things. But if you're like a level 5, like this guy, it's like you're like a straight fucking like never get away with anything again as far as we're concerned from the government sex offender. Yeah. And there was little girls and shit in the spa. Yeah, I don't, like, as a father, you fuck with my kids, dude, I fucking rip your dick off. Like, oh, you got a hard dick? Shink! Here you go. Take it with you. Like,
congratulations. Here's your prize. To answer Daniel's question here that you threw up, he's I mean, we're all Night Strike's children, right? So technically, yes, but I feel that Ian was created as a vessel for Knights from Night Strike to pass down knowledge to us, kind of as a representation of what Night Strike is, but he's too humble to admit to.
Are we all made in the image of Night Strike?
Oh no.
No. Night
I
Strike.
hope not. I hope he improved upon that at least. You know?
Yes, like each there's constant iterations, and he's made some mistakes across the years. Obviously, he's dabbled and mixed up some concoctions that just didn't work. Drank a lot of Mountain Dew one night, fucking Joe Biden popped out.
Go ahead and make it cheap. Honestly, like I'm gonna drink the amount that I'm gonna drink tonight. We're not drinking for super chats. We're just we're just having a chat, having a good old fashioned
enjoying ourselves.
A hoedown
chat, if you will.
It's a hoedown. This is the Pen15 chat, Matt, featuring E Honda. By the way, I changed the name for tonight. I don't know why. It seemed like the thing to do at the time.
Okay.
The funny thing was, people were like, "What is Pen15?" I'm like, "God damn it." Whatever happened to that British chick that came on your chat that one time? I think that chick just wanted like fucking people to follow her on her video game thing, and we weren't like. I met her playing video games. I forget how she came into the group. Do you guys remember?
It was
British
through
chick?
Discord. She showed up in Discord.
Yeah,
and started talking to people, and then she wanted to play games and all this shit. And I guess she saw we were doing gaming chats at the time. And then she ended up on your show.
Yeah, she was nice enough or whatever, but I think we were a little too I don't know what the word is.
Out of her circle.
British gamer chick.
Beefcakey? I don't know.
Y'all did not tell me.
Oh, did you just get a boner?
Enormous.
Are you walking around with a boner right now in a spa?
I mean, it's like a whole inch and a half.
Jesus.
That's why I love it. Charlie can make fun of himself.
Do you name your boner Big Chungus?
It's like two cans of Skull stacked on top of each other, though.
How do you ever get it in anything?
Just duct tape.
Swan dives.
A hydraulic press.
He has to build up momentum.
I'm like the Flash. I like have to like do laps to break the time barrier.
As a matter of fact, I was on that chat with her that one time.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Yeah, that was a while.
What was her name? I forget. It was like Bella Big Balls or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
She related to Bella's toy chest?
I'm probably making up Bella. It was something big ball.
There's
big
another
ball
unicorn
Betty.
out there in the world.
Big titty fucking.
No, I think it was like Ellie's Big Balls or something.
Yeah, that's what it was.
That sounds more of a British name, Ellie.
If she puts big balls in her name, then she wants to fuck.
Oh no, wait. I think she was Welsh. I think she hated the British.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was that whole conversation about fucking British.
Sorry, you're all on the same island.
Yeah, that's like fucking people from Northern California getting pissed because you call them California because it associates them with the people in LA. Like, you still live in California.
Just make the state of Jefferson already.
I get it though. Like my sister's married to a guy that's originally from Scotland, and he says the same shit like about the English. I'm like, you're all like the only people in that whole island chain that can really talk shit is the Northern Irish because they never completely 100% conformed.
Well, it'd be like if a whole bunch of states all hated each other. Like if at some point, like way back when, Texas had decided to go and like completely take over Oklahoma and New Mexico and Colorado and Louisiana and all that shit, and then like say fuck you and fuck your traditions and your food and everything else.
Yeah.
And we now control you and your land is now ours. And then like y'all stopped fighting after a while. but like for the next 300-400 years, they still control all your fucking land and still put like the Prince of Wales above you. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Like I want to fucking have the governor of Oklahoma is some dude from Texas who I chose, who's the son of the actual governor.
Artist formerly known as Deegan says Amazon is talking about real life zombies in their terms of service that just came out. Hashtag 42-10.10.
Okay.
I don't know.
I mean, exciting.
You're going to have to expand upon that a little bit for me to understand. What do you guys think? Was the FBI involved in 1.6? They have agents in the field that were provocateuring.
I would not be surprised.
I mean, after what happened with fucking Duke's fucking governor, you know, like all the information that's come out about that, it wouldn't surprise me one fucking bit. See, I think with all of the political stuff that's been going on, they've been really trying hard to push people who are, let's say, politically right of center into doing something crazy. And the fact that it really hasn't happened yet, I think is frustrating them. And they're probably going to have to manufacture it.
100%. 110%. Like, they have been pushing people, exactly like you said, right of center, to do some shit, because that's what they want, because it'll give them a huge path to just do whatever the fuck they want to do. And because no one's done anything yet, they're getting pissed off.
Okay, let's look at Reddit and what Reddit's saying about this.
Oh no, Reddit.
This could get interesting.
Just stay away from 4chan.
Yes.
Okay, 4210 is acceptable use, safety critical systems. Use your... What? Okay, maybe Reddit isn't the answer. That's not the juice right there. So we need 42-10. 42-1. Was it 10? Safety critical systems. Use of your lumberyard materials must comply with AWS acceptable must policy. Lumberyard materials are not intended for use with life critical or safety critical systems such as operations, medical equipment, and automated transportation systems, autonomous vehicles, aircraft, air traffic control, nuclear facilities, manned spacecraft, military use in connection with live combat. However, the restriction will not apply to the event of occurrence certified by the United States Center for Disease Control or successor body of a widespread viral infection transmitted via bites or contact with bodily fluids that causes human corpses to reanimate and seek to consume living flesh, blood, brain, nerve systems is likely to result from the fall of organized civilization. What?
What? It's so hard to understand. You've seen Walking Dead.
I just don't understand why they're talking about, what is this? Acceptable use of lumberyard engine. Amazon lumberyard engine is what they're talking about, is section 42. And 10 is talking about its acceptable use for safety critical systems, blah, 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 blah. However, this restriction will not apply in the event of the occurrence of zombies. Is basically what it says.
Oh, let's see. Lumberyard engine is a okay. So that is a program. It's Amazon Lumberyard. It's a fucking development program. It's a game engine.
I feel like that's some sort of propaganda thing. Like, hey, let's put some zombie talk into one of our rules in the thing. Jesus Christ.
It's an open source game engine that I guess developers can use.
Oh, this is
To
good.
make
This is a good
games.
video.
Poor kid. He probably didn't get hurt. I don't know what he was trying to do there.
Well, you know how when you're little and you're first learning to ride a bike, you go the direction you're looking?
I think he was trying to shoot that gap, though, is what he was trying to do. Like, oh, I'll go in that gap right there. Oh, I'm not turning enough. Oh, no.
Who is
Dozens of restaurants opened in Metro Denver last month. Let's look at this. All right. More than 20 restaurants in the process, specialized check art, blah, blah, blah. Last month we saw Ziti Deli made its comeback. I don't know what that is. Barbecue scene on Colfax. That sounds good. I live off Colfax, not too far. I thought they'd have more pictures and cool stuff. Do you like sushi?
I love me some sushi.
I like sushi, except for I do not like avocado, so that limits a lot of my sushi. Because for whatever reason, they got to put avocado in everything.
Dude, this looks like corned beef hash that someone fucked up. It's fucking French, that's why. It's probably like snails and fucking like pate or some shit, you know?
What is
fucking French. Guy that comment says, I live sushi. Oh, like. I am sushi. Okay, if there was like one food that throughout your life you have eaten more of than anything else, it means that your body is made of that thing more than anything else. What is the thing that you're made of more than anything else? And I'll go first. For me, it's either nachos or hamburgers.
It's between chicken and hamburgers for me, like fried chicken or hamburgers.
Angry, what are you made of? Jolly, what are you made of?
Angry left. He said, "Be right back."
Matt, what are you? Is anyone here?
Burgers or tacos?
Tacos.
Yep.
Like, it's making me want a burger right now, even talking about it, to be honest. I kind of skipped dinner so far. It's kind of turning into a regrettable decision at this point.
Wait, you say you skipped dinner?
Yeah.
Honda, I'm gonna give it to chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets. According to witnesses, Antifa showed up armed to the anti-vaccine mandate protest in Olympia, Washington. They were repelled by volunteer right-wing security. Antifa repeatedly chased when the shooting then broke out. Dude, see, here's the thing. Tim Pool was talking about this shit a year ago. Like, these clashes are going to escalate. People are going to show up and they're going to fight. And then the next time they're going to bring, clubs and sticks. And the next time they're going to bring fucking tasers and pepper spray. And then pretty soon they're going to be bringing guns and using them. And guess where we're at?
Jolly, is your nose up against the mic?
Possibly.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Jesus. So they're getting chased now. Can you imagine just driving to work or something and this is going on?
Yeah.
Like, fuck, man, I'm going to be late.
It's
Like, get out of the
It's just like, what's this live action role play going on?
Wait, who's chasing who now?
So it's right-wing people chasing Antifa.
Oh, okay.
You can tell because if you're right-wing, apparently you wear yellow. And if you're Antifa, you just wear black.
All black.
And yeah, you also have to wear khaki pants if you're right wingers.
In skinny jeans if left.
Yeah.
Where do you buy a police shield?
You can
That's
get
a good idea. Let's look that up. Shields. Well, the real one's fucking $2,800.
You can get a plexiglass one for $100.
But yeah, that's probably what they're rocking.
Probably, yeah. I want the
LA
real one,
police gear.
I want the real one though. I feel like the real one's probably some ballistic.
Oh, it is.
Oh, it is.
I'm just thinking for
Reasons.
curiosity, if you will.
Just for cosplay.
Yeah.
Dude, look at this one. $9,251.
Yeah, but that one probably has like tasers and shit built into it. Like, it's
That
probably
one has flashbangs built into it, like those little lights in it.
But I know they have ones with like lights and like tasers on the inside because they use it for like prison control and shit. That guy's actually using it for cosplay. I think.
I think he's just trying to recreate, the Roman phalanx.
Dude, can I get a real fucking Captain America shield?
I mean, I think the vibranium's going to be kind of tough to find, but
then we'll just paint it.
We can get you a U.S. agent shield.
Right.
It's got warning tape. That's what this is. That's what that means. Is warning.
yeah, just paint over that. Put a Captain America logo on it.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Just that with your 1911. That'll be your apocalypse.
I can't believe this, dude. 9,250, but it's got free delivery because you're paying so much for it.
It'll probably stop like a fucking 50 cal. That's why.
Does this thing have a gun in the front of it? What is this? Looks like it holds ammo.
Like taser in front.
Yeah, it looks like.
Or those are lights.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Read the description. What's the description say?
Rifle rated protection, level 3 protection. Components offered on the interior of the shield: solid handle systems, thick high density foam pad, unique hook loop fastener forearm strap attachment system, integrated non-ballistic weapon mount system, 3-position shooting platform, specifications, Federal Standard NIJ STU 1 whatever, level 3 compliant, ballistic material hybrid composite. It's 20 by 36 inches. Weight with viewport and light does not exceed 26 pounds. LED 900 lumen light system. Yes, that's a light. Can stop 76251. That's good.
Yeah, that's probably why it's so expensive, because that thing's like right. Because you can see too with that glass is also definitely rifle rated, where the other ones we were looking at, probably the glass isn't. Like the shield material is, but the glass itself wouldn't be. Where this, you can tell the glass is probably also.
Yeah, but you're carrying around a 26-pound hunk of fucking shield, dude. Like, that's not.
Yeah, well, it's not meant for. Yeah, well, it's not meant for like one dude to be. I mean, granted, one dude carries it, but it's meant for like SWAT teams. Like,
Yeah, your job is you carry the shield.
yeah. Here's a pistol, and you got the shield. That's it.
Yeah, those little like pegs out on the sides. They're for the guy behind you to like use you as cover and like lean out.
Why would you buy one of these?
Movie.
Commit
Or-
felonies. I don't know.
Like, it seems like you could just get in a lot of
Oh,
trouble
yeah.
for just having it. You know, like if you show it to somebody at the wrong time, under the wrong circumstance, like hanging on your wall. Okay, fine. You know,
I want one that
Oh,
says female body inspector.
But if you're a criminal and you don't give a fuck,
This is
yeah, you can buy these all day.
yeah, that's
Exactly.
a good way to. Granted, means you might have to dress up some, but what have you?
Black suit, black tie, white button up. You should be good.
Or, and Matt may get this reference, if you have to, you know, hunt a demon or some sort of, let's say, supernatural creature,
Mhm.
a badge like that might come in handy.
Potentially, it could. I'm not sure what you're talking about, but
Supernatural.
Yes.
Yeah.
oh, gotcha.
This place is called Blue Star Police Supply. It's right down the street from me. I can check this place out in person.
You must.
Yeah, all
They
kinds
have
of
a
stuff.
boot. They have a boot at the door. You have to lick to get in, though.
Yeah, that's true. Standard for a store like this, really. You know.
That's how you ring the doorbell, so they let you in.
Right.
Do you guys own any like legit police like handcuffs?
No.
Could you see a reason for having a set potentially?
I mean, sure. Why not?
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think. I might actually have a pair in a box back home. But I think they're like my buddies that he just left at the house. So I was like, all right, these are mine now.
I guess if you're a security guard and you try to act like you can arrest somebody.
Why would you get the pink ones?
Because they look special.
That's
They're
fucking
pretty
weird.
and pink.
That's fucking weird.
I mean, they'd be good if you had to secure doors or something.
I agree with Deegan. Zip ties are better because you can buy like a thing of zip ties for cheap as fuck.
They're more convenient.
Zip tie someone's hands behind them. They're not getting out of it. You know, they can pull as hard as they fucking want. They're just gonna hurt themselves.
There's still ways to get out, but yeah.
I mean, I guess you could find like a sharp something or other and rub against it a bunch. The Wanky Marshmallow says, "What's your favorite scary movie?"
Oh,
This-
me?
Yes.
Oh shit. There's so many of them.
I feel like this is a trap because how do we know the Winky Marshmallow is not the Scream Killer and is asking you what your favorite scary movie is to...
Or is you talk about the scary movie franchise?
It also depends on what you consider a scary movie. Like, if like, does Aliens count? Because that would be pretty high up there.
I feel Alien can count as a horror movie. Aliens, I feel, is much more of an action movie than is a horror movie. That's my own personal opinion, though.
Yeah.
Well, the Alien franchise movie is categorized as horror.
That is true. True.
I don't know, man. I like Aliens. I like Alien. I like the first of those new It movies. I love Poltergeist, the original from back in the day. And the remake wasn't actually half bad either. Never really got into any of the like Exorcist movies or anything like that. And while I grew up, just like everybody, watching, like Friday the 13th and
Halloween.
Nightmare on Elm Street, But like, they're not my favorites. Oh, I do like the first Halloween movie though. That's a really good one.
Does
Original Halloween.
Like, I don't know, like 16 weeks later or whatever, or like a zombie movie count?
Yeah, I feel a zombie movie count. Yeah.
Because in that case, I'm gonna go fucking Dawn of the Dead, the new one.
Ooh, the remake. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a
I'm
good
gonna go
choice.
Return of the Living Dead.
I'd go either original Halloween or Jaws for me.
Because when that movie first came out, Dawn of the Dead, the remake, and like I saw it in the theater, dude. I don't know. I've always been kind of afraid of zombies since I was a little kid for whatever reason. It makes no sense at all, but like just the thought of a zombie. And yeah, dude, that fucking movie terrified.
Well, because the remake, like in the original, you saw how quick the zombies moved, and you're like, on a slow day, me crawling out of bed exhausted could outrun a normal zombie. But like with those new ones, like they move like Usain Bolt fast, and they never got tired. It's like, fuck, I know I can't run for that long or that fast.
And then there's 1984.
That's true also.
Doom Patrol says, look up Fabrica Saciti. I don't know what that is. They make high-quality reproductions of Roman armor and shields. Okay, let's look that up. Fabrica.
They probably got some in the Code of Athena too, probably. Or they probably just got swords.
They have like their own thing. It's all on Instagram and Facebook and shit. Well, let's look on Facebook. Very artsy. That's a nice little sword, though.
It's cool, machete.
Oh, it's got the horse on it, too. Look at that. Oh, I don't want to log into Facebook. Whoops.
That's supposed to be like the Spartan style sword.
Honda, what about this movie? Zombies and clowns.
Oh god, I hate clowns, dude. That was one from when I was a little kid that got me real bad, just because I watched it too young. That if you watch it now, it's just ridiculous and fucking not even scary at all. And fucking why would anyone think it was scary? But if you watch that shit when you're like 4 or 5 years old, Killer Clowns from Outer Space is fucking terrifying, bro. As a 5-year-old Honda, what year did that come out?
Mid to late 80s. Yeah, it's probably late 80s. Like, 86, 87, 88, somewhere in there.
'88. Okay, so I was 7 years old when I watched it. 7 was young enough to fucking terrify me. I thought I was like 5. I guess I was off by 2 years. Dick Goes Inya says, if you walked up to somebody, looped a heavy duty zip tie over their head, and just pulled it as tight as you could and ran away, what could they do about it? I mean,
not
if they
much.
Didn't have a knife. Damn, dude, that's a fucking. That would be so fucked up. Just the zip tie killer, just like zip and then zip and go away. Yeah, there's not much you can do about that shit. Roy Munson said, would that even stop someone from being able to breathe? Yeah, if you tight it tight enough. Pretty sure that would choke off your airway, That would hurt too, dude. Like a little fucking strand across your fucking trachea.
Mm-hmm. Dick Gazania is giving people ideas. He needs to stop that.
Dude, if we see that, we know where it came from. Like, if that ever happens in reality, we're blaming you, Dick. You're a dick. Back Alley 1969 says, Carrie scared the poop out of me back in the 70s. Every girl that I've ever been with whose name was Carrie was fucking psycho, I'll tell you that.
I've never been with a Carrie. I don't even know if I've ever known a Carrie.
Well, they become Karen when they get older.
That makes a lot of sense then. One might say these things are connected.
Midget with carrot cake says, just got home from the bar, ready for part 2.
Round 2.
Round 2. Fight.
Did you drive?
I'm assuming he drove drunk home from the bar and now he's ready to drink more. That's what I got out of that. I don't know.
It's like in Beer Fest. We're not that drunk.
That's hilarious. Everyone's done a little drunk driving, I'm assuming, at one point or another in their life. Just a matter of how drunk were you when you did it, right? Because I think if you're like mildly inebriated and you got to get somewhere, I don't really have a problem with it. I don't see too many people like killing a family when they've had a beer and a half, you know?
No, it's like when you're so drunk that you don't remember how you got home.
Right.
Or like you wake up and you're like, oh, I'm halfway off the road. Let me get back on the road. Like those types of drunk driving are not
or you have to like close one eye to like not see double.
Yep. And
or
like
you pull up to a stoplight and you open the door to throw up and then it turns green too soon.
Or you wake up in the next morning and you're like, I don't know how the fuck I pulled that off, but I'm not drinking for the next several weeks because I can't let that happen again.
Jolly, did you see Beer Fest?
Jolly, are you there? Jolly, can you
hear
gone. Us?
There is no Jolly, only Zool.
Sorry, I was slipping. I was pulling a Duke.
Jolly, have you seen... God damn it, Jolly. You're supposed to have youth and like energy on your side.
I am sleepy.
Have you ever seen Beer Fest?
What is Beer Fest?
Oh, God.
Oh.
Well,
have you seen Super Troopers?
No.
Oh, my God. Okay, Super Troopers and Beer Fest. I'd throw the Slam and Salmon in there, but that's kind of a lesser-known one of theirs. I really enjoy it, but...
Do not see Super Troopers Part 2. Just leave it at the first one.
2 you can pass on. Yeah. You don't need to see it.
I'm from Panjshir Valley, where right now Taliban are advancing and killing my people. I need help from all sources, from all citizens, private citizens. I'm begging the U.S., the Congress, the Senate, the State Department are not letting us to help my people. We need help ASAP. The Taliban are advancing my valley and they're killing my people. So they're attacking from all sides in the valley. So I'm communicating with my people. We need help. We need ASAP help. We need air support. We need ammos. We need all kinds of things. We need medic there. So they're blocking all the ways on us. I'm asking the international community. I'm asking the European countries, the one who are thinking we were allies. And we're no more allies now. And they're happy.
Dude, it sucks to be a Northern fucking Alliance member right now. Jesus, dude.
Yeah.
Although there was some firefight that happened where they killed it was 40 Northern Alliance people died and over 200 Taliban dudes died attacking. So hopefully maybe they can carve out a peace for themselves. Poor dog.
We can't see anything, right?
Oh, sorry. No, I didn't know that.
Just throwing that out there.
I forgot.
Yeah, I saw this one earlier.
No, I'm just over here resting my eyes, and I'm just hearing some angry Spanish, and I'm just like, the heck's going on?
That poor puppy, dude.
Poor dog.
Why is it like
Someone's
that?
in trouble. Someone's in trouble.
Why is it like that meme? And it's like, hey, yo, get that man's dog.
Oh, they're talking about how to get out of the zip tie murder fucking noose.
I'm not
I
gonna
don't think
lie.
you can do it unless you have a knife, which I obviously don't carry.
So you're
Like,
just
that's how
dead in
you
the
kill
streets,
Honda.
Honda.
That's on you.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I've got one in my car. I've got one at my house. I've got one at my work. Everywhere I go, there's already a knife, so I don't have to carry one. That's my reasoning. Except for if I'm walking and then fucking Winky Marshmallow comes up behind me and zip ties my neck closed. That's the only fucking time.
You see Honda running across the parking lot to his car.
Yeah, if I get to my car, okay. If I'm 30 paces from my car and that happens, I'm still okay.
It
I
also
feel like I
depends
can make
on
it
when
back
it-
to my car. What's
It
up?
also depends on when. Like, had you just taken a breath in, or did you just breathe out?
That's true too. Yeah. I feel like you could still kind of breathe a little bit, you know, like you're going to be very labored in your breathing. But you can probably like squeak some air through, you know what I mean? Which probably gives you like 3 breaths till you pass out.
I mean, Honda, do you carry a pen with you?
Usually, yeah.
Trach. Just trach yourself.
Just emergency trach yourself. It's
Ooh.
gonna suck, but you could do it.
Yep.
Ooh. Just ha! I don't know. I feel like you try to do that and then it would hurt and then you just choke to death.
And you got to know exactly where to do it too.
Yeah. I don't know,
Watch
you just
some
snap
YouTube
yourself
videos.
in the neck, like right here. Right? It's like right
Watch a
here,
couple of
like right
YouTube
where your
videos.
fucking collarbones come together, and like right above that.
I think it's higher than that.
Is it?
I think so. I think it's like right under your Adam's apple. And there's like hard tissue that you got to get through in there.
Oh
You
yeah,
gotta
I can
break
feel
through
it. Oh, I can feel that. No, I'm not doing that. Hell no. I'm dying. I'm just dying. That's what's gonna happen. Please don't do that to me. People of the internet.
Now I'm slightly concerned this might be a thing.
I'm not, because I always have a either a knife on me or I have this little like multi-tool that clips to my keys that has a like seatbelt cutter and everything on it.
Yeah.
So
See, like right here, I got something better than a knife. Scissors.
That's not
We're
going to
good.
help your trach.
Well, the Africans with the neck ring seems like a smart idea now.
yeah.
No, because that would go between the neck rings. Like you do it, and then it would slip between the rings, and then they couldn't even cut it if they wanted to. Although, if you take those neck rings off, don't those bitches die?
I
You need
heard,
to-
yeah, that they got to be propped up. Every time they add one on, they do have to take it off, and they need their head propped it or some shit like that. I remember.
What we need to do is we need to bring back fucking old school Marine leather necks. Just put that shit around your fucking throat.
What are you talking about?
You know how the Marines got the nickname leathernecks? They literally put a big, thick chunk of leather around their throats, around their necks, because when fighting the Barbary pirates and shit, they would try and chop their heads off. They'd always try to swing for their neck. So they put wrapped leather around their fucking throat to protect themselves.
Protect them. Guess against those sword blows. I mean, it would still hurt because you're still getting whacked in the throat, but at least you're not losing your head.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I feel like you could chop through that if your shit's sharp enough, though, you know? And you swing hard enough. You get the right fucking... Like, you'd have to do it right. Like, you couldn't just chop and get them, but...
No, thick leather has been an armor for fucking ever. Like,
thousands of years?
Yeah, like if you properly set up leather armor, like even around your neck, if it's thick enough and designed properly, doesn't matter how sharp your sword is, you're not swinging through in one chop.
Oh, what about this? Like, it doesn't go on tight enough to keep you from breathing, but it cuts off blood to your brain like a tourniquet. And then you pass out and die. Like that would be worse, dude, because you get like blood pressure built up in your brain, like fucking aneurysms happen and shit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Islamic pirates chopping off people's heads. They've been doing that shit for a long time, haven't they?
Mm-hmm.
It's like they're known for it or something.
Dick Gozinia has thought about this way too much, and I'm scared.
Well, what was that movie with fucking Brad? I want to say it was Brad Pitt, where they had that device that they would slip over people's necks, and it would like, it was a wire, and like the assassins used it, would blow up and like instantly like tighten around their throat. Hold up, I gotta look this movie up.
I feel like if it's a wire and it just tightens, it's just cutting your head off, right?
That's pretty much The Counselor. That's what it was.
Because if it's a wire, it's not like thick enough to like not cut through your fucking flesh and skin if it's going tight enough, you know?
That's pretty much what it ended up doing, but
What is The Counselor? Why don't I remember this movie?
it was, when did this movie come out? 2013.
Dude, have you seen the FEMA fucking guillotines? Do you know about this?
I've heard something about this. I've never actually seen them. So I've heard it talked about, discussed.
This is your FEMA guillotine.
But is it though, or is this a picture of a guillotine that then got onto the internet and somebody said, this is what the FEMA guillotines are? Because this this looks like a sales fucking photo. Like somebody's trying to sell that motherfucker.
Yeah, that's way too professionally taken.
That's not like some secret photo of a fucking warehouse full of guillotines that nobody was supposed to see. It's like that's like something that's somebody is making and selling.
No, supposedly they've got these like straitjacket like things that they put you in that it's like a box that you fit into at the same time, and then they just slide the box onto the table and your head pokes out and a shink, and then they, you know, I don't know. Maybe it's just bullshit, but then there's this, the FEMA fucking coffins, where they basically have enough coffins to bury every American alive. So there's that. That's not fucking scary at all.
At least you don't have to worry about the funeral expenses and stuff.
Well, and there was something about the federal government had outlawed beheading as a method of punishment, like it was like a way to kill people. And recently they like reversed that and said, okay, yeah, you can do that now. It's fine.
And one of the states did it too. I can't remember which one though.
I'll request.
I don't know if they've actually done it yet, but they like put it on their list of ways that you can request to die.
Right. I'll request it be done by sword, like a real man.
I want to request to die by xenomorph and see what they do. Like, do they have that shit already?
Probably.
Yeah, and these are family coffins, so you can fit a family of 4 inside of one coffin. Mom, dad, 2 kids. Seal the top, bury it. And they've got literally hundreds of thousands of them stored across the country. Scary shit. Never got to see much of that Roman armor. That sucks. Oh well. Fucking Facebook's trying to dox me. If I made a guillotine, person would be placed face up and they would have to screw drive garage door mechanism to slowly drive the blade down. Jesus, Ghost Shadow. With like a dull, rusty blade, I'm assuming. It's actually got a spoon. It's not a blade. It's just like a big spoon at the bottom. Do they still hang people?
some countries. I think actually you can. One of the U.S. states lets you choose how, like, if you're on death row, how you want to be executed. I think hanging is one of the options.
They fucking hung Saddam Hussein.
Yeah.
Better than what happened to Gaddafi. Jesus.
Ugh.
He was mobbed by a group of people, and they stuck gun bayonets up his asshole until he died. They sodomized him with bayonets to death. Like, Jesus Christ. Wow. Chilipine says, so the husbands, even in death, can't get 5 minutes alone. Let on Steel says, here in South Carolina, they're trying to bring back the firing squads. Do you think Night Strike would fucking volunteer for that?
Yeah, but the difference is you have to be able to hit the target. So.
Well, there's always like at least one dude who's got blanks in his gun, so they don't know who shot what. But if you shoot blanks out of a gun, can't you tell that you shot blanks out of a gun? Isn't there like way less recoil and shit?
I don't know. I've never fired blanks. I would assume so, but at the same time, it's like in that type of situation when you have a bunch of guns going, like, I don't know.
So you
know,
again,
it's all about random, I think.
Those blanks that you can buy for like putting nails into concrete, like they're little 22 blanks that don't have a bullet in them.
Yes.
Those will chamber into a 22. And you can take that and then put a BB in the barrel and shoot off that blank. And as long as the BB is, you know, you can get those, not BB, but like a pellet. They make 22 caliber pellets. So you put that in the barrel. But since they're so light, those pellets are fucking, they weigh nothing. And the powder in that fucking 22 is the same as a regular 22. It shoots it at like 3,000 feet per second. It's like a mini 223. Go Shadow says, the people shooting will know who fired the blank. The people looking may not be able to tell the difference. Is that it? So you can't be like, you killed my paw. And then you're mad at that guy. You're like, I don't know which one of you killed my paw. I hate all of you equally.
Maybe.
Roy Munson's tired of the zip ties. That's a fucking terrible thought. That's all. It's just a terrible thought. And I've never thought about that before. Fucking someone mentioned that. Roy Munson says, just have robots with guns perform execute. Oh, what you do is you drop them from a high height and have one of those fucking R2-D2 fucking anti-missile robots. Fucking just hit them before they get to the ground. How many times would you get shot by like a human-sized body? If one of those things went off, how many bullet holes do you have? And you like 5,000?
No, because it fires like small bursts at it until the target's destroyed. So, I mean, it would depend how long it was detecting it, I guess. I don't know, actually. It's also like a 20 millimeter round, so chances of you being in one complete piece after more than a couple rounds is pretty slim.
Dude, I'm still waiting for, as Travis T says, the DARPA dogs to start knocking on people's doors to fucking check on your whatever it is. Oh no, did I miss a super chat? I'm an asshole. I am an asshole.
Okay.
Look up the death of Brian Wells. I don't know if I should do this.
I know that name.
Yeah,
that sounds familiar.
Ringing a bell to me too.
American pizza delivery man who got murdered during a complex plot involving a bank robbery, scavenger hunt, and homicide explosive device near his hometown of Erie, Pennsylvania. On August 28, 2003, an American pizza delivery man who was murdered during a complex, blah, blah, blah. I already read that part. Followed an attempted rob a PNC bank. And while surrounded by police, Wells was murdered when an explosive collar locked onto his neck detonated.
Oh, yeah. There was a video of that, like, right before it had exploded, but they show him, like, outside of the bank.
So they put an explosive collar locked around his neck and sent him to a bank to rob it.
Yeah.
And when time ran out, it just blew up.
Yep.
They did. You know what? That they did a movie about that. It was a comedy.
Doesn't sound very funny, but go on.
Fuck. What was it? There was something like that. It was something like
I watched that movie.
A pizza guy. Was it a pizza guy? And he has to rob a bank. It had Jesse Eisenberg in it. It was called. Hold on.
Dude, how much would it suck if you just like show up to work to deliver some pizzas and you get a like order for like an extra large pepperoni and you deliver it and the guy fucking like does that shit to you and then you end the day with your neck blown up by a collar bomb? Oh, yeah. Webcam chat girls. Fucking someone ban that shit, please.
Yeah, it was called 30 Minutes or Less. And he's a pizza guy. He delivers a pizza. And when he goes to deliver the pizza, they fucking grab him and put a bomb vest on him and force him to go rob a bank.
Oh, Iron Road always has the answer. The cop I talked to when I was on firing squad for Utah said they put a shitload of powder in the cartridge to make it equivalent to the actual bullet because they use light 100 to 110 grain bullets. I don't know if I believe that. But okay, I'll accept it. Or this type of execution. Throw them out of an aircraft with a parachute attached to his balls and neck. Fucking Jesus Christ, Go Shadow. My God, man. Have you ever talked to like a specialist or maybe a team of people who can help you? Might be something to look into. I don't know.
But I mean, if a parachute's attached to your balls and neck, like, while it's going to hurt, you're still going to land safely. I mean,
no, what if it's attached to your neck?
Unless you're like,
snap.
I just don't know why you wanted me to think about that. You put a mental image in my head that is now torturing me, and I don't like it.
What if somebody just ran up and zip tied your balls?
It's like
well, they'd have to wait till it was really hot outside.
What if they just got one, right? But they didn't get, like, they got it around the ball and they got it nice and tight.
Oh.
And then just holding it there, dude. It's like getting kicked in the nuts, like, continuously. There wasn't even time to complete it. There wasn't enough time to complete it, says Daniel. I don't know what you're referring to. We're talking about so many different things right now. I'm confused.
I'm assuming the bank robbery.
The bank robbery thing.
Oh yeah. Okay. I thought we were talking about zip tying your nuts or possibly parachuting from them. I'm not sure which one it was. On the Pen15 chat, you never know. Oh my God. Anyone hear of the Death Coaster? It was a roller coaster that gradually deprived the rider of oxygen until the person dies peacefully.
No.
I don't think so.
I don't know if that's a real thing.
That sounds like one of those, like, you ever hear that Russian sleep experiment shit?
Yeah.
That was completely fake, that someone just took a couple of pictures and made a big narrative for it, and everyone's like, oh, did you hear the Russian people didn't sleep for a month and started eating themselves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good creepypasta, but yeah, it's fake.
That's how they castrate sheep. They use a super rubber band, and it falls off in a way. Oh my god, dude! Don't tell me this.
Well, not just sheep. It's cattle, bulls.
Pretty much any farm animal. Yeah.
Yeah. Pig.
Like when they're born,
There's
rubber
this-
band goes around them, and in a week they fall off.
Yeah. There's this little thing that there's this little handheld thing that you squeeze it. It looks vaguely gun-like, and it has these 4, sometimes 3, sometimes 4 clamps at the end that open up and hold the fucking rubber band open because you can't do it by hand. And then you just put it around the nuts, and then you let go, and the rubber band cinches up around it. And it's like not a regular rubber band. They're like.
Can I just say right now that at this point in time, I wish Ray was here to like say some crazy shit to fucking, so I wouldn't have to think about rubber bands around my peen.
Yeah, well, because when the rubber band shrinks up, it's like the size of a dime. Like when it tightens up, like it's about the dime size big around. But when you put it in that thing, you open it up big enough to get it around the balls, and then you let go and just cinches right up.
Oh my god!
The base of your ball sack.
Just stop it! Like seriously, why?
All right, Duke, you getting a little squeamish there?
I'm just feeling pains I shouldn't have to feel right now. I should be nice and relaxed and comfortable. And you're making.
Imagine
me
if they
think
only
about
got it halfway up the balls and then let it go.
Oh, and it like pinched half the ball.
Yep.
And then they like got them together. Mashed
Okay, on a cool note, Iron Road's thinking about getting a PSA AR-10 or a PSA AK. What do you guys think that he should get?
Well, I think that would be cool if it did that to your balls, because then you would have they'd be like 2 little number 8 shaped nuts when it was all said and done. You would just squeeze the middle of them together.
Does it turn black before it falls off? Does it bother you? Does it itch?
I assume.
I'm sure it itches because, like, at a point, like that shit starts to itch. Like the nerves don't get cut off, just the blood.
Yeah, one would assume.
AR-10 if you have your balls, AK if you don't.
I like an AR-10, but I think the AKs are a little bit more desirable, especially at their price point. Like you can get a good AK for under $1,000. I'd say PSA AK if you can get one.
Yeah.
The problem with AK though is 1,000 rounds of 7.62 239 is like $500 now.
True. Yeah, you're paying,
But 1,000 rounds of 308 is like
$800.
$800. So
yeah, so.
Oh, the AR-10 is more reliable now. I remember back in the day, they was complaining that it wasn't.
It depends who makes them. The PSA AR-10s, from what I've heard, are pretty good.
I have a PSA AR-10, and I've shot it a fair amount, not like a shit ton because it's goddamn expensive to shoot 308, but I probably put 400 or 500 rounds through it, and it's ran perfectly fine.
Because I know with the different AR-10s, they take different magazines. What yours takes like the normal Magpul mags, right?
Yep, it's a DPMS platform is the one that Palmetto makes. So you can get a lower from Palmetto and get a DPMS upper and slap it on, or you can get upper lower from Palmetto and get a DPMS bolt carrier group and throw it in, and it's fine. But if you get any, like that's the thing. If there's the DPMS and I forget the other one, there's another pattern that's common.
Is it the SR25 or something, or? Yeah,
and then if you get a Armalite AR-10, they use their own proprietary shit, so it doesn't work with anything. Like it's just fucking, it's a hodgepodge. So I would recommend if you get an AR-10, buy an AR-10 complete from a company. That way, if there is something wrong with it, you can be like, hey, company that I gave a bunch of money to for this piece of shit gun, fix it. Versus if you piecemeal it together, there's a good chance that you're going to buy the wrong something or other that doesn't fit with the other something or other that you bought, and it's your fault, There was a question I saw here about a Mini 14, and I missed it.
Just the answer is no.
Midget with Carrot Cake says, I'm thinking about getting a Mini 14 because I am in California. Thoughts?
See, that's that's one of the few times when it's acceptable to buy a Mini 14 because it's probably way easier to get there.
Yeah, that's true.
So they're not bad. They're just overpriced. I mean, they can. I mean, I don't want to sit there and say they're unreliable, but They can be picky with ammo and shit like that sometimes.
Yeah.
But they're just mainly overpriced.
Agorizer has the fucking solution for the zip tie. A wide brim cowboy hat.
I mean,
no, all you gotta do is go up and smack the cap off your head. one quick movement as I'm bringing the fucking zip tie up and over your head. I just fucking hit the back of the hat with my hands or the zip tie, and then come straight back down on your head. And that hat.
I feel like that at least gives you like an instant to react. You know, like you ever see like the hunting videos where they shoot at the deer, and like the deer like fucking sees the flash or whatever and flinches, and the bullet sails over their back because they flinched. I feel like I would flinch when that happened, and you would bring the zip tie down, and it would like hit me on the head and miss. And
there's a way we can try this. We can experiment with this.
All right, let's do it.
I have another theory. Bring back the fashion of the early to mid 2000s of wearing like 15 polo shirts with the popped collar.
Oh my god!
I mean, it's gonna be tough to zip tie around that.
So Ghost Shadow says DPMS, LR308, and SR25 are complete for magazines. If you buy DPMS, make sure you get Gen 1, more common and not compatible with Gen 2. See, there you go. More shit. I didn't even know about it because it's been, what, 6-7 years since I bought my AR-10, which, by the way, I built from Palmetto for like $500 because I got a blem lower and then a blem upper and then a bolt carrier group and everything else. And by the time it was done, it was only $525 or something like that. And if you buy one right now, I think the cheapest, even Palmetto AR-10, PA-10, whatever they call it, that you can get is like $1,100. Like they've gone up significantly. Roy Munson says, I expect to see E Honda 420 wearing a cowboy hat or a sombrero from now on.
I'm telling you, I can knock that off real easy. What we do need to do is we all need to start dressing like William Shakespeare.
Yes. There you go.
That'll help.
What did William Shakespeare dress like?
You know, he always had that big puffy thing around his neck.
Oh, that's true.
Big fucking thing that covered up his whole goddamn neck.
I forgot about that. Good call. Okay, yeah, the puffy neck will save you, potentially. It's a lot of puff that you got to zip tie down before it does anything, at least.
Yeah. Now, what if you took that same rubber band and put it just past the head of your dick until the head of your dick turned black and fell off?
Ooh. That doesn't hurt as much as my balls, but that makes me hurt more on the, like in my soul. You know? Because we all know the feeling of getting kicked in the balls, or, you know, like something happens and it hurts, right?
Oh, yeah.
But like the head of your dick is usually associated with like pissing or pleasure. There's not really there's not much else going on there. So pain associated with that only happened one time when this chick didn't fucking go down past the head, and she just sucked it like a lollipop for about 20 minutes till I gave her the tap out. I really hope my ex is in the other room right now.
Is or isn't? I don't know.
Is, yeah. I don't give a fuck.
Yo, bitch!
I'm a little drunk right now. Ghost Shadow says, also, Gen 1 and 2 DPMS had low-rise rails and highlight. Well, okay, fine. I don't care anymore. I got mine. You figure it out if you need one. Yes, a sombrero to stop chin strap
now,
to
chin
help
strap would
getting
help.
from knocked off. Yeah.
If it's one of those chin straps that attaches not just to one point on the hat, because if it only attaches to one point on the hat, it's just a pivot point. I can still come up behind you and knock that sombrero off your head, and it's gonna come over and just fall in front of your face, and then the chin strap's gonna be no good. But if it has 2 points of contact at the front and back, then yes, chin strap would help.
So the place that I work at started doing Taco Tuesday, like before the COVID shutdown, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they had this thing set up where it was like a taco bar where you could come up, and if I was the guy running it, you would pay me $2 and go make a taco. Or if you want 6 tacos, you pay me $12 and go make 6 tacos. And you get the 6 taco shells, and you can load them up however you want from the ingredients that we have. There's like chicken and beef and lettuce and cheese and whatever else, right? But the thing is, they bought 3 sets of sombreros and ponchos for the servers who were working that area to wear during Taco Tuesday.
That's going to go over well.
Yeah, which no one ever wore once, right? Each sombrero that they bought, I found out, cost them $70. So they spent $210 on sombreros plus 3 ponchos, whatever that costs, right? So in order to like recoup the fucking the hats that the funny hats that you were wanting people to wear while they were selling tacos, we have to sell fucking like 105 tacos just to get back to zero. Not to mention the cost of those 105 tacos. Like, fuck that shit, dude. That was the worst fucking gig. Roy Munson said, if my job required me to dress up like 3 amigos, I'd love that. That's why they bought 3 of them, I feel like. Honestly.
You couldn't make 3 amigos nowadays.
No, you couldn't. There's lots of... Dude, you couldn't... We should do a You Couldn't Make That Today chat where we talk about, like, fucking Married with Children and I don't know what else you'd put on that list. A lot of things, really.
All in the Family.
Yeah.
Anything but from Mel Brooks. And also anything from the people that did Airplane and Naked Gun.
Yeah, you couldn't make a Naked Gun movie now. That's true. Dude, you couldn't make fucking Tropic Thunder today.
Nope.
Man, I'm still looking at this Brian Wells thing. That's sad. Poor guy. All he wanted to do was make a couple of bucks fucking selling some pizza. Are you guys doing anything for Labor Day?
Working.
Of course, that makes sense.
Yeah, working.
Oh, shit. Oh, what the... Those Russian safety barriers don't seem to perform like the American ones do. I feel like that guy fell asleep. He duked out. No one hit him. That's good.
Yeah.
He didn't land on anybody either. What is this? Oh, I just clicked on an advertisement, of course. All right. News chick. Yes, no, maybe? What do you guys think?
Not my type.
I'm going to give her a solid thumbs up. Would someone get rid of that webcams chat thing? Like, ban hammers out there and do something about that, please? Somebody's out there that can do it. I don't have the chat pulled up where I can do anything about it. I just have it through StreamYard. And the only thing I can... Oh, I can block user. Okay, there we go. Never mind. I did it myself. Thanks a lot, ban hammers. You fucking... Ever heard of Naked News? Yeah, I've heard of that. I've seen it a couple times. It's just weird. Makes me feel like this. Watching it. Oh, man. Well, I will tell you this, guys. I did not get enough sleep in the last couple of days, and I'm kind of tired right now. Would a Honda be bereft of his duties if he ended a chat after 2 hours and 34 minutes of talking?
Yeah.
No.
All right, then I'll keep going, dickhead. Fuck you. Colostomy bag drops in $2 a set. If I was a mod, I would have gotten them already. See? Okay. We need to make colostomy bag a fucking super. A fucking... See, that's where I'm at.
Words are tough.
Words are difficult. All right. Here we're in the Pen15 chat. Colostomy bag is now a moderator. There you go. Congratulations. Although it's always funny when you see like a Discord mod who lets his Discord mod power go to his head. Like, don't be that guy. That's all I'm going to say. Let on Steel says, I don't have a block option on my end. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Oh, because he's a mod. That's what he means. I had to think about that one.
He should have one.
Do they just have timeout? Do you have block options? I have you specifically added as you have special powers on my channel, man. I don't know if you know this.
Oh, it says report, remove user in timeout, hide user on this channel.
Because if I go to settings under studio and go to permission, wait, what is it? Community? You are the only approved user. I don't know what that means. Comments from this user are automatically published and won't be filtered for blocked links, blocked words, or potentially inappropriate content. Oh, that just means you can say whatever the fuck you want in the chat, is what that means. Cue Matt typing in something ridiculously disgusting into the chat. Let on Steel says, is hide user the same as block? I think so, because when you go to my settings, it only has moderators, approved users, hidden users, and blocked words.
I don't know if that was appropriate or not, but
Uh-oh, what'd you say? Big gay penis flopping in the air. Can you show a cartoon of that on YouTube? Does that like get you flagged? Cartoon penis?
I don't know.
I mean, do we want to find out tonight? I don't think we want to find out tonight. Oh, that's the worst one of them all. Hide is shadow ban. They won't know that they are blah blah blah. They don't know that they cannot be seen by anyone else. I can't even show that one, you fuck ass.
I didn't finish it.
I think I would get banned for just saying those words and cutting off where you cut off. Sully says, can we talk about Ray Ray and the downward spiral? Nope, we cannot. That is a not go for now. Does gay penis look different than straight? Probably. It's like effeminate somehow.
The gay penis is brown at the top.
True, yeah, because it's been permanently stained from repeated use. That's why they got to do penis bleach. Ah! Ah!
Penis bleach.
Top Break says, I just watched WKUK. The video makes you gay. I think cartoon peener is okay.
Okay.
WKUK.
Wcook.
W Cook.
W Cook.
No idea.
Hatred in the Dark's here. What's up, man? Says, did you check out that documentary Athlete A on Netflix about the gymnast?
No, not yet.
Reported. All right, dudes. I'm running out of shit, and I'm kind of drunk and tired.
Then go to sleep.
And I feel like I'm not giving you guys my 5-star treatment that I should normally give you. You know, massage, hand job, the whole 9 kind of thing. I'm just too tired for it. My mouth hurts. You know, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll be back for the gay frog chat though tomorrow if you guys are cool with that. You like gay frogs, right?
Sure.
Have you guys ever had frog legs?
Yes.
Yes,
No.
once, a long time ago.
Multiple times.
And
They're good.
I remember thinking it tasted fine, but then I found out what it was. I didn't know what it was at first.
would you have eaten it if you had known?
It was okay. It's not like something I would have sought out.
They're very much like chicken.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to really tell the difference between them. But they're good. I mean, I've had them multiple times.
Yeah. Jesus Christ! Did you hear that?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, I gotta go. I go see what's going on with the kiddo there. All right, guys. Well, thanks for showing up. We'll be back tomorrow night for the Gay Frog Chat, where we're going to go chin deep into a different conspiracy, as we always do. Other than that, I do hope everyone enjoyed the show. Don't forget to hit that like button and share it if you like to. And if you're not, then it's whatever. I understand. Not everyone's going to like the Pen15 chat, and maybe you don't want that on your Facebook feed. But if you do, I appreciate it. Other than that, we'll see you guys tomorrow night. Peace out. Girl Scout, hang strange as a bitch, and eat some frog legs.
What does Pen15 mean?